There we go.
Yeah, take two. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sammy, your favorite YouTuber, bar none. Honestly, don't bother comparing. Um, I'm here with my boy. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's up, guys? I'm in Sammy's channel. Vidal. Good to see y'all. Let's get it going.
We're here. We're talking about the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Go
This
tier
is
league.
go tier, absolute go tier. This is not a review because by now, if you're watching this, 2 hours, however long this is about to be, if you're watching this, you've seen the movie already. If not, I don't know, you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But
Obvious spoiler warnings. If you haven't seen it, go see it and then see it again, and then watch this for more dissect.
and then go see it again after that.
Yes,
We're just gonna take a deep dive into this movie. Honestly, it's 4 hours long. There's 6 parts, an epilogue. I mean, there's a
so much
lot
to
to talk
unpack.
about. Yeah, it is. This is so much. I mean, this is 4 hours, and the original one, Josstice League, that's 2 hours. Like literally 2 hours. I watched it just the other week, actually. Because in preparation for this, because I wanted to just note how absolutely just completely different it is, and not just the
Dog shit it
scenes.
is. Yeah. No.
Complete, yeah, complete dog shit. It's not just the scenes. I mean, we're gonna go into it, but everything from the color to the sound to the music to
The
the
music
the
to the
reshoots are
CGI.
horrible.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean,
Everything.
starting with honestly the biggest change was the fact that Justice League just was an entirely different movie, even though it kind of just followed the same. Both movies are about bad guy looking for mother boxes. I mean that's really
That's the
that's the
core
core.
element.
That's the
Yeah.
core. But it's just insane how by cutting a movie in half, the entire story still becomes so much different. I mean, there's no Darkseid in Justice League. He's
Mm-hmm.
not even mentioned at all.
We don't even
Um,
really know Steppenwolf's strat
mhm.
in Justice League. He's kind of just a guy that shows up, and it's like, okay, who the fuck is this?
He's kind of just oh mother, you're calling to me. We don't know what he's
who's this
why.
mom, bro? Why is he
Yeah,
calling me?
who's this man's
Did the
mom?
kids bully him? What's
That's
going
what I'm
on?
saying. I mean, he looked kind of sad. His face, they completely changed the way he looks. He always kind of looked a little bit
Oh
sad.
yes, Steppenwolf has severe sad boy hours.
Severe, but
severe sad boy hours.
at least in the Snyder cut, we knew why. I mean, this man,
Yeah.
Steppenwolf,
We knew why he was down bad. In
exactly.
Justice League, he's kind of just there.
He was an entirely different character. I mean, it's not
right out of the jump too. I want to mention that the opening to Justice League doesn't really feel like Superman dead. Does that make sense?
You said it doesn't feel like Superman is dead.
Is dead. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I don't feel his loss. They even have these shots. They have the song, which is a great song. They have these moments of the candles, the black silver S. Sorry, not an S. It's Hope.
It's
House of L.
On my planet.
Forgive me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
come on, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm repping. What am I but yeah, so it doesn't feel authentic loss. It kind of just feels like, oh, sad thing happened. You guys should be sad. And then there's this. Yeah, good.
No, I'm agreeing with you basically. I think they tried too hard. One scene in that intro really stuck out to me as they're just trying so hard. I was down when they have when they're panning over the big Superman flag.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Okay,
that works. But then
this.
there was one extreme slow mo scene, not in the Snyder cut. So this was a slow mo reshoot, and it's some thug just kicking a barrel of fruit.
Oh, just kicking a box, and yeah, and it's
and I'm that would happen whether that doesn't really that's not telling me much. That just seems everyday life.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie.
This is the day in life of Gotham. We already knew this,
exactly. I'm you're
okay,
trying too hard, but I was still down with with the flag, and that's like, okay, that half of that worked, and like it
The
just half
candle, yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
I really like that song. Like everybody knows. Like I think it's a vibe, like the bad guys, whatever. The bad guys won, the good guys lost. Like I think it really did try to set a tone. But without the music, if you're just looking at the shots, it's like, man, like it's
like what's this trying to say right now?
It's horrible. Yeah, exactly.
It's just there's no structure to it. That's the problem with the entire movie. There's no structure to it. I mean, yeah, the intro, and it's like
that's a good point. We'll revisit that.
Yeah,
no structure.
We're gonna come back to the structure. I mean, throughout everything really, but like I kind of liked as well how like how Batman v Superman opens with that end fight in Metropolis for Man of Steel.
Yes.
And the Snyder Cut opens with the end fight. Like that just creates a feeling of like continuity. You know what I mean? Like these are Snyder's movies. Like, you know what I mean?
Wow. I honestly had totally forgot up until this point that.
Well, I wasn't thinking about that until I showed my friend for the first time BVS Ultimate Edition, of course, like last week. And I remember I was like, damn, this opens with Metropolis. That's right. And then I'm like,
well,
Zack Snyder's Josstice League opens.
Yeah, and also not only that, the in Josstice League, the opening of the Superman saving the people or whatever is like so cancer. Like it's
the opening of what? What are you saying?
Of like, oh, Superman. Who's your? What does he say? Yeah.
That's what does this stand? What does this mean,
bro?
Yeah,
like that's literally cancer. It's walking like piss, so dude. Bad. Like it's so bad, and it's like I know the effort was there, like, oh, Superman's a hero type shit, but it's like, dog. Josh,
it fell completely flat. I'm like, I see exactly what you're trying to do, but I'm not 12.
Exactly.
So it's not
working. Only in retrospect. Yeah, it's not. In retrospect to Superman yelling or like yelling in pain from literally dying, and awakening the mother boxes and going through like all like yell going through all around like the world and planets and stuff has way more significance than like It also is at the forefront of your mind. Oh yeah, Superman's dead, and then we open Snyder's. Superman died. Like, and look at the effect that it had on everything. Whereas Josh, you're like, oh yeah, Superman was this cool. He saved kids, and then you're supposed to feel sad about it. Nice.
Pretty much nice. It's like that. So much of the movie is like that too. So much of Josstice League is like. When I rewatched it after seeing Zack Snyder's, like so much of that movie was me being like, how did you see what was in the original and say nah? Like nah. Like how did you see that?
What was
opening?
going through your head, man?
Yeah. How did you see that intro of Superman? Like how did you see that? Like honestly, I'll admit, like the intro, like, it could have been cut down a little bit. I mean, like that intro was really long.
There's like 30 minutes of slow mo.
Yeah, it said 10% of the movie is slow-mo. It's like, which like, but still, at least that intro makes a point. And I mean, how did you see that and be like, hey, let's just replace this entirely with something different instead of like, oh, let's just cut it down like by 5 or 10 seconds. Like even that would have been fine. Even that would have been better. So like, you know what I mean?
You're not wrong. Not wrong. I agree with that. And then you have that opening with Bruce or Batman in Gotham and like stopping the robber, and it's so like it's cancer, man. Like that's
exactly how somehow that intro he already knows about like the mother boxes and the parademons and shit. Like remember, it was the intro to the movie, and like a parademon, he was attacking that the criminal dude, and he's like, I'm looking for fear. They can smell fear, and the parademon flies in. And then explodes, and like it shows the 3 mother boxes on the wall. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and it's
that's how Batman finds out about the plot. And in the Snyder Cut, he doesn't even know what the mother boxes are until Wonder Woman like gets to him.
Yeah, and it would make sense that the Wonder Woman alerted or like that whatchamacallit, but the Amazons alerted Diana. They're like, hey. Big bad Steppenwolf, but he's coming back down. He's around here.
Yeah.
And there's an element of that that's way more realistic. I really want to shy away from that realistic world because we're talking about superheroes, but it's more believable. It's more believable and tangible that like the Amazons would send for Diana. You know what I mean?
It's more believable.
I
Yeah.
just
Well, that did happen in Josstice League. Actually, they that whole like arrow with the flames and all that. That actually was in Josstice League, but it was just so rushed.
no, I know it was so like it was brushed off, and then like Batman
Yeah.
already knew about the mother
Yeah.
boxes. It wasn't
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
it was like it was like Duke's ex machina of information, and it's like,
It was
what?
just so
Like,
bad. Like
yeah,
that's
it
why
was.
you can't cut down a
I
four.
didn't
You can't
even
cut down a
think.
4 movie.
Yeah, I didn't even think that Gotham scene was cool. Like, it had the visuals, but like Batman was weird. That the thug was just funny. Like,
Yeah, like, everything was humor, basically.
it's because Superman's dead, right? It's like, yeah, dude, he showed
Batman,
us the fucking clip.
Batman talking to Aquaman. It's like later in the movie. I'm kind of jumping, but like when we were just talking about like shitty humor. Batman, when Batman was like trying to ask Aquaman like, can you send out like a marine signal or something? Like, oh, you do talk to fish, right? Like that scene. Like, do you remember that? It was like
In
later in the
Joss?
movie. Yeah, in Justice League.
No,
Like
I
that's
don't.
not. There's a scene where like
That just sounds like AIDS, though. Like,
it just sounds
Jesus,
like
man.
they're going off to like they're heading off to the final battle, and Batman is like he's like pulling aside Aquaman. He's like, "Hey, can I talk? You can you send out like a little signal or something? Like you do talk to fish, right?" I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck is this? This is Clayface
This
or
ain't
like
Bruce Wayne,
someone. This
brother.
is
Like,
not Bruce Wayne. Like what? Like this is not Batman.
what
Like
is going
this is
on?
not.
Like,
Like who is it? This is
no,
Chameleon for like somehow it's Chameleon.
there's no
I don't
way.
know.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I don't want to shit on the MCU, but like the Justice League just like exuberates massive MCU energy.
Which, in all honesty, wouldn't be a huge problem if like Man of Steel and BVS were also MCU energy. It's just like it just doesn't work.
It
Like
doesn't
Justice
fit
League
the
just
tone.
doesn't work.
It's such a tonal difference that yeah, it's like
And
not only that, but
if Justice
like
League was the MCU, we also would have gotten a Flash and Cyborg movie before. Like at least they would have taken
also
their
true.
time. Like,
No,
you know what
so
I
like
mean?
I was just thinking about that and talking about that with my brother recently. Was like, dude, like Snyder made a universe in 3 movies.
True shit.
Technically two, with Man of Steel and BVS. And
True
then
shit.
he did the Avengers. Whereas in like the Avengers had what? Iron Man? Then you have Iron Man 2. And then you had
Yeah,
Thor.
Iron Man 2,
And you had
Thor,
Thor.
Captain America. That's
And
it.
then it was the Avengers,
Oh,
right?
the Incredible Hulk. Well, I mean, kind of the Incredible
No,
Hulk.
the Incredible Hulk kind of counts.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
canon.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
So yeah, so the Incredible Hulk, and then you have the Avengers of 6. So you had 5 full ass movies of backstory and lore that you're exploring. And Snyder was like, "You want me to do it in 2?" Like,
Yeah,
you know, like,
that's why they're like as not so much Man of Steel, but BVS. Like that's why there's so much shit in there. Like I don't like. That's
yeah,
why there's the whole
I
nightmare.
like BVS. Yeah, I think it
I like
sets
BVS.
BVS is so much better in contrast to the Snyder Cut. Like that. I just watched it recently, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like they really, like he really set up his version of Justice League. Though all those questions in that lore is answered in the Snyder Cut.
That's a good point. He does answer so much because I rewatched BVS like a week
Yeah,
or
and
two ago as well. Like I said, yeah, that's a good point.
and I had like I did not notice that until I was rewatching. I was like, dude, the Steppenwolf mention, the scientist is in BVS, I think briefly. When he tries to help his son, he opens the mother box. That's mentioned in the Snyder's
Ultimate
Cut.
Edition. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Ultimate Edition is the only way. But
Yeah,
like, there's
true.
so much that like is set up for the Snyder Cut that's answered in the Snyder Cut. You know what I mean?
The nightmares scene in BVS makes complete sense now. Like complete.
You have
because that's true. I watched it recently, and I'm like, oh, okay. So now Batman is getting the kryptonite because Superman's fucking off the chain.
I even forgot that. Yeah, I even forgot that when Superman dies and kills Doomsday, that where Lex is in the ship, like the Kryptonian ship, you see Steppenwolf and the 3 mother boxes briefly.
Yes.
I totally forgot about that. And I was like,
that caught me off guard because that wasn't in the stupid ass theatrical cut. I don't know why that was cut out. Like,
I don't know why
I don't get it.
Just like hates Snyder, but like in if you look at Man of Steel, BVS, and the Snyder Cut, all three, like they are all cohesive together.
Mm-hmm.
One on one, I think they're also good. Like one on one, I think Man of Steel as a movie itself is amazing. It's like 9. It's 9 out of 10 for me. But in respect to the lore of the rest of his world that he's creating, it just makes so much sense.
My friend rewatched not rewatched. My friend like was telling me about Man of Steel the other day, and he put it like perfectly. He said this movie. I think I told you, did I? I don't know, but he said this movie does an unbelievable job at making a god human, and I was like, that's like probably the best way to put it. Like that's what that movie does.
I 100% agree.
And you really feel Superman's presence. I mean, well, actually, you feel Superman's absence in Zack Snyder's Justice League. You really do.
You really do.
The Flash brings him up. He's like, is anyone else really missing Superman right now? You're sad. And in Justice League, when they decide to resurrect him, because since everything is like so rushed, and I remember this because I rewatched this for some reason. I fucking rewatched it. But when they're like going to bring back Superman, they were like, it was such a quick decision to bring back Superman. Like Bruce was talking about the mother box. He's like, oh, it can do this and this and this and this. And Flash was like, oh, so it can bring Superman back. I was like, really? Because like in Snyder Cut, it's like kind of drawn out. He's like, is anyone else thinking? Who's gonna say it? Like I'm not. That's just something that it just felt more natural. Like that's just how it would. That's how that would happen. If they were actually making the decision. And then like
it was
they actually breaking into Star Labs and like taking the mother body. Exactly. That was a whole side quest and shit on its own.
That was a whole that was, and I loved that because I was like, dude, I'm glad that's here. I had questions. Mm-hmm. I want to switch gears and so right from the opening in part 1, what was it? Don't count on it, Batman. You want to keep going through the Justice League?
No, yeah. We've been talking a while about comparing. I mean, honestly, comparisons will probably come up naturally later on.
They'll continue to come up.
Yeah, we might as well. Yeah, we might as well keep this moving.
But what was part 1? Don't count on it, Batman.
Don't count on it, Batman. Yeah.
Love the reference to that, and then the opening is what? Like, I'm trying to remember. It's been a little bit.
The opening is. Let me pull up. I had a plot summary somewhere.
Sure, you're good.
But
is that Diana's moment?
No, Diana
in the bank.
Oh yeah, in the bank. Yeah, that's because that was like her first. That was her first introduction, like in the movie.
First, I want to know. So again, the comparison. I want to know why Joss saw that and was like, "This is too long.
This is too exactly." And and I watched this like breakdown just this morning of a couple of scenes, and in that fight, there are like 8 henchmen or whatever. There's like 8 guys in total. Yeah. And in Josstice League, you only actually see Wonder Woman. Like you only see her incapacitate 2 of them.
Yeah.
Before she goes up and throws the suitcase.
And I'm like, hello?
I was like, what? Like, what? Like,
what happened to the rest?
You need it. You needed that. Like, it's just, it doesn't make any sense.
Dude, and Diana was way more badass. Her movement, the timing, the way she just is chucking these dudes against the wall, dude, like zero fucks.
She was badass. She was like, she felt like I watched that and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Like Wonder Woman's like a goddess. Like Josstice League, I just like Wonder Woman's literally a goddess. Like she's a deity.
Yeah, like she shit on him, and I love that.
Exactly,
like,
she's goated, like literally.
And even the little moment that she has with the little girl when she's like, "You can be whatever you want" or something like that.
Can I be like you someday? Bro? Yeah, I like that shit.
Can I be like you someday?
Can I be like you someday? After watching her
like
blow up,
whatever you want, love.
Yeah,
be whatever you want, Mike. But like, there's
like you can say what you want. Oh yeah, go ahead.
You feel that like hope or that like hero-ness that Joss tried so hard to do with the like Superman. Like it's so, but with Diana and this little girl, it's way more natural.
It's so like on the nose. Like it's just, it just felt so obligatory that like that intro with Superman. I was like, why?
The difference in the movies is so outlandish to me, like because it's so palpable. It's like, dude, this movie is so different and so much better. Like just in every way, man. Every way.
This movie is insane. I mean, we get. I don't count on the Batman Part One. We don't get introduced to like all the characters in that one. It's just
No, we don't.
Aquaman. Um, we already know Batman and Wonder Woman, but you don't see Flash or Cyborg at all in that first part, right?
I don't. No, I think you see Cyborg at the beginning of part two, right? The Age of Heroes. No, I think you do see.
Do you? No, isn't Part Three the Age of Heroes? Oh yeah, the Age of Heroes, and then Part Three is Beloved Mother, Beloved Son, and that I know that's Cyborg's origin story.
Yeah, that is Cyborgs, which was amazing, man. I can't
Yeah,
wait till
really
we get
good.
to
But
that.
I think the Age of Heroes is the Flash.
The flashback. It's the flashback.
Yeah, the Flash's intro and or no, yeah, the Flash's intro and or maybe not. Flash's intro is Part Three, but no, we get the flashback. That's where like we see Darkseid and shit.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Right.
right.
Which like
Yeah, we with the Uxus
like
and whatever the fuck.
why was Darkseid not in Justice League? Like,
Oh.
why was he not even mentioned? Like he was not alluded to in the slightest. There might have been
I
like
don't know
one
what.
line in there where Steppenwolf was like for Darkseid, but it
I
just
think
still
I think in Justice League, yeah,
yeah.
maybe that was
But
even changed too.
like Steppenwolf had no story in Justice League. He was a character and a half in Snyder Cut.
Dude, I actually like he actually had Thanos vibes, dude. And I've been saying this since the movie came out, dude. Justice League came out in 2017. Snyder's Cut was supposed to come out in 2017. And Steppenwolf in that movie, if it's Snyder's League's cut, like if it's Snyder's Steppenwolf, has Thanos vibes. He gets right into the mix. He shits on the Amazons, like shits on them, like throwing horses,
completely,
throwing like just
and the Atlanteans.
And you're like, who is this guy? Hello?
You're like, hello, exactly, yeah.
And it's just like, dude, this guy feels unbeatable, you know? Like he doesn't hold back, dude. Like he just goes all in. And you have those same feels when Infinity War came out. And when Infinity War came out, shit on the Hulk, which I mean, if you want to get super speculatory, that fight scene is allegedly the same fight scene from Jor-El and Zod in Man of Steel, but I don't know.
That's like, damn it, I can't ever watch that fight scene again
I
now.
know,
like
it's
normally.
hella funny. But like, so like you have those elements of like, dude, that's just so crazy that like, dude, Steppenwolf and Darkseid's dynamic in the Snyder Cut is huge, man. It sets up that world. And like when you have Infinity War coming out and just being like, oh yeah, Thanos is the big bad guy, people are like, oh, we're scared of him. Like, I wonder how different would have been received if Snyder's Cut actually got to come out, you know, like authentically.
I'm glad you brought up Steppenwolf's intro because like he shits on the Amazons in Justice League too, but in the Snyder Cut, it just feels like his intro makes so much more of a statement because you see the Amazons like have to seal the gate, and you see that entire foundation like crumble into the wall. Like the big sacrifice. Right? You see this like big ass sacrifice that a bunch of them just made, and then Steppenwolf just jumps out of that, and you're like, well, shit, like all just like psych. I mean, you obviously know he's not fucking dead, but like
no, but the tone, and you're like,
damn, it's just it's so much more hopeless, honestly, and it's a much better intro.
Great. It is. It's that exact like.
It's
thing
like it's like if in Infinity War. Even though like no one fucking stays dead in the MCU, but like let's just live in a fantasy world. Like if Infinity War, if Thanos' intro, that would be like if it was just him fighting the Hulk and not also the part where he fucking kills Loki and Heimdall.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Yeah, like it's just more. It's just better.
Yeah, and it's like it's that same energy though, right? That same fear of like, oh no, the heroes are dying, but for the Amazons and for Steppenwolf, it's like, yo, they're all dying, and you feel bad because I mean, if you like Wonder Woman, the movie, like you kind of know some of the Amazons, and you're like, dude, no, like,
yeah, right,
fuck, exactly. Like you know, like you're like, dude, come on, and he's just shitting on him, like he's literally shitting on him, and you're like, dude, just do something, dude, like, and like.
It was
They
just
literally,
everything
dude, when
that
they're
they
playing
do.
like when they're playing fucking like keep away, like a huge game of keep away with the mother box, and he's just like psych dude, like pulling them, like and like
He's just like
non-stop. You're
throwing
like,
horses
dude,
and like flexing
yeah,
his shit,
yeah,
and like
dude.
I'm like, dude, what are you gonna
And,
do against this man?
yeah, dude, it feels so hopeless, dude. You're like, dude, come on, man. Then he gets the box, doesn't even gloat, and just is like, and
Yeah, exactly.
the armor on
Oh,
this man, bro. The moving of the
yeah,
little
the
and the
living armor.
arrows. Yeah, dude, that
Yeah,
was
and
just.
his little like spider pet. Did he have that spider thing in Justice League?
He didn't, not even once.
That
Not even
no, yeah, you're
once,
right. He
man.
didn't. I'm the one who's rewatch it. I shouldn't. Yeah, no, I don't think he had it.
I thought
Damn.
they were so cool too.
Even though they're kind of like OP, you just like read your mind and figure out where it is. I'm like, oh, okay.
I
Like,
mean, I'm kind of into that. I'm kind of into that, dude.
kind of. I mean, that would come in handy.
It would.
So
It really would.
part one
Um,
ends with like them sending the arrow. I
Thank
think,
you.
don't they?
I think so.
I don't know. Oh, part two, Aquaman is also like introduced. Like not introduced, but
Part
I think part
no, but you
two.
see Atlanta or Atlantis, right?
Like, yeah,
You see Atlantis in part two, don't you? Because
I think so.
part one, what is it? What is part one? Don't
Part
count on
one,
it, Batman. He
yeah,
meets Aquaman in part one, right? Which
yeah,
doesn't
he does
feel
meet
that
Aquaman.
bad. Like you're the Aquaman.
Yeah,
I
pretty
thought the
much.
joke, you know, the you really dress like a bat, like that's classic joke for Bruce. Everyone always
Yeah,
says
like
that.
that was
Classic
a pretty
humor.
humorous joke. I think like
Felt
dressed like a
felt
bat. Like
tangible.
okay, yeah, it felt
The
pretty.
singing Swedish girls though was it the Swedish girls?
Yeah, they're all singing for like a minute, and one of them picked up his shirt or whatever and like started sniffing it. I was like,
Josh, what are you doing, bro? Or we're like
Snyder, like
Snyder,
this is like
Zach,
it's like
please.
leftover like sucker punch footage or some shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't like I don't
It's like Zach, chill.
like Zack, nah. But
Zach, buddy, what are you doing?
that like
Setting the tone.
yeah, right. That like flashback fight like with Darkseid and like all of them going down, like that just felt so much more legendary
Chapter
than
two
because
or part two?
what I love so much about
Age of
that
Heroes? Yep.
flashback see yeah, the Age of Heroes. What I love so much about that is like it doesn't just like obviously it's exposition. Like it's Wonder Woman given this fat like I forgot halfway through the speech like this is her talking to Bruce right now in his garage. Like
It
and she's
is.
being
It
so
is.
dramatic. She's being so
It
dramatic.
is.
Like
Yes.
and then did I'm like okay whatever. But like it's obviously exposition, but it feels like genuinely necessary because it's not just telling the story of like oh Darkseid came
It
did all this
does.
shit, retreated, but it's like it just really it feels important because this is the last time that all these heroes like really fought together and you see why a Justice League in the
Yes.
first place is necessary. Like I never really cared to like
Yes.
I never felt in Justice League like okay that's cool but like I feel like you guys are just coming together because Bruce made a promise to Superman like it's cool but in this one you genuinely see the importance and the need for a Justice League because
Yes.
Darkseid, you kind of go into the flash. At least for me, I went into the flashback like, oh, it's going to show Darkseid like eating ass right now, but like we know like kicking ass, but then he ended up eating ass, like because it just shows you the fact that when all these heroes are unite,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it felt way cooler in the Snyder cut.
No, I felt genuine.
Yeah,
It
that was
felt
the
like
highlight of that chapter for me. I think.
was the flashback. Yeah, dude, it was
Yeah.
fucking sick, man. It had moments of just like uh oh
I
yeah,
think.
so we see Martha losing the farm in
Oh
part
yeah.
one, yeah. And then it ends, I think, with the Wonder Woman Amazonian mother box, all
Yeah.
that shit.
And what a way to end a
That's right.
part. Like after that, like
I don't know. He throws you in the mix. He's like, "Hey, bro, we're doing this," and he just like gives it to you, you know. And then the Age of Heroes opens, and it's like you said, it's clearly exposition, but it's necessary, and it's done in a way that's very like, "Oh yeah, of course Diana would know about this shit."
yeah, I know. I
Like,
was
of
never like
course
well
Diana would
that
know
whole
about
little like
this.
mini Tomb Raider sequence that she had like that I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay, so
yeah.
that's also kind of how she knows about this shit. Like
This is
that wasn't in Justice League.
this is valid. Like this makes sense to me that she would know this. You know what I mean?
The other thing I liked in this chapter, are they officially called parts or chapters? I think parts. Okay, they're called
They're
parts.
parts. Yeah, they're
So
parts.
part two also starts to develop, or part two like establishes Steppenwolf as a character, like building his home base, like
Well, that
you get his motivations, and it's like he just
yeah,
wants to
yeah,
go
yeah.
home. My boy just wants to go home. Like,
We're
I mean,
just trying to vibe, man.
I guess that's what he's trying
Before
to
you
do.
get too far into
Oh yeah,
that,
yeah.
I
Hold me
wanted to
back.
mention. I wanted to. Yeah, no, I want to just fucking reel you in
Yeah.
because Steppenwolf has that scene too with Desaad.
Is that not in part two?
Right. That's literally right at the end of part one, and then Diana goes to.
But I thought
that
part one ends like right at the moment where the fight on, not the fight, but like the chase or whatever on Amazon, on when
No,
the Amazonian shit's over.
I'm
No,
looking at
okay.
it. Let me see.
Yeah, you have the movie pulled up. So
let me see.
I don't think I can pull up the movie and also like be on this. Well, you're doing it, but you're probably on your computer.
No, you actually. I'm not. I'm just using my Xbox. You actually could be right. I could be completely wrong. This could be in part two.
I just feel like part one ends with them being like, "Let's light the fire," and they're like, "The men won't know what it means," and then she's like, "Men won't, but she will," and then I thought that's like, boom.
Let me see.
And then
I'm gonna
two.
watch this like brief little 5-second bullshit. I think you're right, actually.
I don't know.
I think that's what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, actually, I think you're right because it has these little snippets in there.
Oh, you can see like a little
preview. Yeah, I think you're right. We'll see right now.
That's what I was thinking. Cause those, it's kind of vivid in my head, like.
Because if you're right, then yeah, it does set up. Then in part two, then that's on me, my bad. But for part two, it does establish Steppenwolf's like you were saying, yeah, building his base.
Like building his base, like I just want homeboy wants to go home. Part two is a lot of like establishing. Yeah, you're right. I mean, naturally.
So men won't, she will, and then we have that Smash part 2, Age of Heroes. So we're there. You're right. So yeah. So go ahead. What you're gonna say about Steppenwolf? You're right. You're absolutely right.
And look, like I mean, it's unrealistic of anyone to like have expected Josstice League to be like a 4-hour, 6-part thing. Like, obviously, sure. if the Snyder Cut had come out just regular theatrically, if the Snyder Cut had just come out normal, like a normal ass movie, it probably would have had to still been cut down to like 245, sure. and then an Ultimate Edition would have come out. So like. It's not like I was expecting like the theatrical cut to be this grand epic thing, but it just it does zero. It does absolutely nothing and makes absolutely zero effort to make you give a flying fuck about Steppenwolf. It just nothing. And the Snyder Cut,
I agree.
This like it just doesn't do anything. And the Snyder Cut, it actually like, I don't think Snyder was trying to make Steppenwolf this like dramatic, like a super fleshed out. Like Steppenwolf wasn't like on some Thanos level type writing from Infinity War, but he was still a villain
but he had some character to him.
He did, and it's just like, why not, man? If you have give your villain character, you don't have to make You don't just like you don't have to make every villain either pure evil or like sympathetic. There can be an in between. Like he can just be still a fucking like evil ass piece of shit, but like just want some normal thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. I care more about Steppenwolf wanting to gain Darkseid's recognition back, wanting to go back to Apocalypse, assumably, like all that shit is way cooler than Steppenwolf, Bighorn guy bad. You know, like
right, exactly.
In Josstice League, like
it's way cooler.
Bighorn guy bad. He do bad stuff. Like that's basically just big bad guy exists. Justice League kill him. Like that's the pitch, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And so like seeing Desaad and seeing Steppenwolf really like trying to gain favor, way more tangible, dude.
It's just so much more. I mean,
want to talk about how fucking like everyone was pissed Uxas got shit on when
Oh my god, yeah.
he does he's not
He's
Darkseid
not
yet.
Darkseid yet. Yeah, people were really like complain. I was surprised that was a complaint. Honestly, I mean,
like, did y'all not understand? Also, I just want to talk about the sequence because it's lit. First off,
oh yeah,
the little flashback is lit. Like Zeus going off, and then you got the gods like Ares shitting on Euxis. Yeah. Then you got the dude. The Green Lantern had me like, shoot, man. The Green Lantern was sick, bro. Like, I don't even know who it was, but like it was sick. Yeah,
it was something. He has a name.
That whole sequence was dope, man. Like just seeing everybody, and Euxis just fighting the strongest dudes, and he's like, "All right, dude. Like I'm taking this L.
Bro. Yeah, like why not?
I'm taking this L, bro. I'm going home. Like, hey, it's fine."
People are like, "Oh, how did he not know that Earth was the planet?" Like, I don't know, bro. Like he said, he's been over 1,000, 100,000 worlds or something like that. And man's like passed out on Earth. Like I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't remember.
Bro, I mean, if he's got 100,000 W's, bro,
he had to get dragged back onto that ship.
I know, bro, because he was really probably down to die there, bro. He was like, okay, if this is
he was down. Yeah, he was like, this is where I go out. Like if it's gonna
end, he was about it, bro. He was about it. He was about that action. He was like, dude, I'm living by the sword. I'm dying by the sword.
I'm dying by the sword. Like, he was ready. Yeah.
He was ready to go.
His minions were like, nah, we gotta hold you back.
Hey, it's fine. And they pulled him back in, and so like, and then like Diana says to Bruce, like it's the last time everyone was really united, you know. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really significant too, because like the world came together to stop a large threat, and all of those entities, all those powers coming together to stop Euxis / Darkseid was enough to defeat him. And like, that adds up.
But yeah,
that's reasonable.
That flashback, that story is not about Darkseid winning. It's about like the story was never really about Darkseid himself. The story is about the fact that the Age of Heroes, like the story was about the heroes coming together and winning. It was never. So obviously, whoever they're fighting in that instance is going to lose. It's about the heroes. Like it's not. We could make a movie where Darkseid wins. Like that's not about. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's not what the story is about. What Diana was talking about. She was trying to get Bruce on the whole side of the heroes.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't trying to set up Darkseid.
Yeah. The whatchamacallit in. Sorry, I want to go back to but just I want to bring up. I'm all over the place, but I wanted to bring up that you start to feel that absence of Superman at the end of Age of Heroes too, a little bit more because like you're seeing all these guys do cool shit. You're seeing everybody like you're like, dude, I want to see Soup's super speed, brother. Like, I know, right? I want to see his laser vision. So like. You kind of you're seeing these gods at a high level, like attack Euxis and all this shit. And you're like, damn, bro, like that was elite. Like, kind of like, damn, I miss Soups, you know? Like, I haven't really seen any elite stuff aside from the bad guy and Steppenwolf, you know? And then the other thing is so there's kind of that element of like, man, the only one that really was like this caliber, like Diana had that cool sequence. But like you're kind of just like, you know, there's always that feel of Soups when he comes in. It's like, oh, it's go time, you know?
I do kind of wish.
What's up?
Like, no, just like on those like I kind of do wish we had a proper like Batman introduction for just I don't know. It just would have been cool. It just would have been cool to see like another like warehouse fight type beat at the beginning of Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know what I mean? Like. It just would have been cool to see like some solo Batman action.
A warehouse fight's something else.
That warehouse fight. Oh my god! But no, like I agree with what you're saying. Like you really feel the fact that Superman's gone. Like I mean, for now, like Superman is not.
They even ended the part 2 with I thought you said the Age of Heroes would never end or whatever, or would never come again.
Yeah, like it has to. Yeah, and then she's like
exactly.
One of the others, and then part 2 ends right there.
And then part 3 happens. Yeah,
part 3 is like the best part of the movie, I think.
No, that's probably my favorite
because that's Cyborg's
Maybe second
intro,
favorite.
and Cyborg is like, God, like
Cyborgs.
we were gonna have to talk about this at some point. I mean, Cyborg,
Golly, man.
it's
Cyborg's lit.
criminal what Joss did. It's he should be
Oh, it's
locked up. Like,
also why I was talking to my buddy about this. He was like, the movie doesn't need to be 4 hours. And I was like, really? Like,
it has to
so?
be because
Like,
you don't have the
I
cast.
feel
You
like,
don't even know yet, or half the characters.
and he actually brought up a good point. He was like, I don't know, maybe I'm selfish because I already know all these characters and what they can do. And because he was telling me that he felt like the Barry dog store and like him going for that job didn't really feel like necessary. And I'm like, dude, it's sick. Like, first off, it's fucking sick. Like him breaking the glass and like, like it's sick. You see Barry at his lowest too, kind of, or like some of his lowest. And like he's not high, let's say that, but like
he ain't riding a wave.
He ain't riding he's down pretty bad, Barry's down bad, man. So like you see all that and then you see him use his powers and it's literally it's dope, dude. It's so dope.
That's an like interesting point though, that like maybe I'm selfish because I already know what these characters can do.
Exactly.
And honestly, I thought about that a lot. If you're a hardcore like comic book fan, comic book reader, I guess I could understand that. But then on the flip side, like, wouldn't you be happy to see 4 hours of your characters being properly represented? Like, wouldn't you be like, I don't know, I guess I can understand it. Like, let's get to the point. Like, I know what these guys can do. But for me personally, I would be like,
both. I think it's both too, because like I think they want more meaningful. Like he was saying, he wanted more meaningful story, which he loved. He loved the movie. He was just saying like he didn't really feel like it should have been 4 hours. Blah blah. And I was like, I totally felt where he was coming from. I felt like it was in a way necessary to have it be 4 hours because you're making your audience familiar with your version of these heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're coming in with the mindset of like, if you're coming in with the mindset that like all these heroes, you want to see what they can do, that's cool. If you're coming in with the mindset that you have no idea who these heroes are, some of them you kind of know about, that's also cool because you're seeing how they're interacting. I think it's both, right? But then there is that like if you're coming in like, oh, I've seen Josstice League, like I want to see a really different movie, which you do, but like you kind of seeing the slower stuff, you're kind of like, I don't know, man. Like was the scene really necessary? Like was Barry's scene really necessary? Saving what's her name? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think it was necessary. I mean, people who watch this movie know what Barry Allen can do, and they know like they don't need a subtle nod to Iris. Like it's not necessary, but without it, I wouldn't have felt as attached to Barry as I did because like that scene, aside from being like a cool badass like save Iris shot. I'm like, dude, man's like struggling to get jobs. Like he's clearly unprepared for this job interview. Like, but he's just makes him more relatable. And even when he goes and like saves Iris, he just like, what does he do? Like he gets his hot dog and puts it in his pocket. I'm like, dude, this is Barry Allen. Because like, I fuck with Barry Allen. Like I like Barry Allen. He's one of my like favorite, not favorite, but like just as a character, I relate to.
Flash,
everyone fucks with it. Yeah, I really like Barry Allen.
The Flash is lit. The Flash is like a universal. Everyone loves Flash. Yeah,
everyone loves Flash. You can't dislike.
So like but I agree with you. Like I 100% agree with that sentiment, and that, like what a way to word it, because I was thinking the same thing. Like when like I hear no, you're good, dude. I'm excited too. When Barry gets like in that moment where like when Barry like all of Barry's struggles, like you're circling back to like, man, this kid's down bad. He's a kid too. He's like our age. He's going through it. Like his dad's fucking in jail. Like his life sucks, like, and you're getting elements of that sprinkled in. But even in that too, he still wants to use his powers for good, or like he wants to like help people in a way that he can, and like, I don't know, that's kind of cool.
No, I fuck with that. Like he visits his dad in prison in both versions of the movie.
Yeah, he does.
In Snyder Cut, it's you just spend more time. I remember for the first time seeing that scene in the theaters, and it was
Yeah,
over like that, and I was like, what the fuck? Like what? Like is that really all we're about to get for the Flash? Like we're just gonna see him talk to his dad for like less than a minute? It's like that kind of stuff was necessary.
yeah.
I think absolutely necessary. Like, okay, you can say
I
what
I
you
agree.
can cut down the slow mo stuff, but like that extra character, those extra character moments, just another extra minute
Yeah,
of
they're
character is
tangible.
critical. Critical.
Yeah, they're hella tangible. And then so you got those Barry scenes. You have Steppenwolf's little eyeball thing, his little mind reader bullshit
Oh yeah, his little spider crab whatever thing.
when he
Yeah.
fucks up the Atlanteans, which I liked a lot because like how I like this scene a lot because it shows two things, man. It shows like Snyder's trying to make a believable world. It's like, well, how the fuck does Steppenwolf know where the mother boxes are? He just read this guy's mind, right? Like it's showing him a location, has to be in that location somewhere, right? He knows it's got to be in Atlantis. One, he knows how to get there. He knows it's got to be in this room, you know? So I really like that. I didn't think that was somebody was. So I was seeing some TikToks and some other bullshit of people like, be like, how would he know? He just knows the room that it's in. It's like he's like, how would he know how to get there? It's like, dude, this guy's fucking like, hello. He's
Hello?
traveled worlds. Like they already established that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, dude. I thought that was hella dumb that people were like pissed about that one scene, dude.
The
And then
entire the entire Atlantean like subplot, I guess, in well, that was one of the most rushed aspects of Justice League, I thought. Like
oh,
he
like
had
Aquaman had like no time. Yeah.
no time, and the whole Steppenwolf, he just shows up in the area where the mother box is,
Surprise, bitch.
literally
Like, yeah,
grabs
just
it, like has a very brief fight with Aquaman and dips, and that's it. And I was like, there. When I saw that, like that's one of the first moments in the theater. I was like, there's more to this. Like there's more. There's way
yeah.
more to that. Like that's
This
double the
is
runtime at
what the
least.
fuck's going
I
on
was
here.
like, there
Yeah.
is a lot more to this that we're not
Yeah.
seeing.
What is
And
going
this is
on?
it.
Yeah.
Like he has a
Yeah.
full on fight with Mara, full on fight with Aquaman, and like you see how he finds the mother box in the first place with his mind
Yeah.
reader thing. It just makes so much
Again,
more sense.
also in part three, you have Lois holding Supes' cape, which I love.
Oh yeah, in her
I
apartment.
love that, man.
That's
I
right.
love that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's just it's so subtle, but it does again way more. Just like, dude, not only is it changing a dynamic of like, oh yeah, I miss Superman. It's like, yo, she misses her man's. Like
Yeah, it's her man too. Like
she
it was
misses her
her.
man's. Like
Yeah,
yeah, and it's like way more than the world missing Superman. It's now like, yo, this she misses her man's, dude. Like she misses Supes, she misses Clark, she misses who she's with. Like he's dead, you know? And it's like you feel that. You feel that in a different angle now, you know? And I love that.
Lois
It's so
like didn't.
subtle.
It is subtle, but those subtle moments. Are they trying to allude to the fact? Is she pregnant? Like I never really
I think
got
she
that.
is, yeah. So do you know Snyder's like whole spiel he had for all the
Yeah,
movies?
he was like,
Kind
Batman
of
and Lois were
ass.
gonna have an
Yeah,
affair. I
kind of
was like,
horrible.
dude, it kind of. I'm like,
I
dude,
think
it's weird.
I don't think he's gonna go that like it is weird. I don't think he's gonna go that far anymore. I think he's got enough people to talk him down. But yeah, I think Lois is supposed to be pregnant in this.
Like
He needs to
it's
change
just
that angle. Let it be Clark's kid. Like
he's such an angle because I like what it leads to. Like I'm down
sure,
with the evil
but that
Superman
whole
this and that,
Bruce
but
and
I
Lois thing is
don't.
weird. Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't because then
Literally,
like
just nix it, bro.
knowing
Just
that was his
nix that idea.
plan, knowing that was his plan, and like seeing the nightmare scene in BVS where Superman's like,
Yeah,
"She was my world, and you took her from me."
yeah.
Knowing what he means by that, I'm like, that's kind of nah. Like I don't know.
It's kind of
Like it's
weird,
just
bro.
you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Yeah. Like
it's
I
kind
don't
of
know,
weird, dude.
but
I don't know about all
whatever.
that. The I mean, I think he'll go under some revisions. That was originally what he planned back in like 2016, I think.
Yeah, that was a while back.
So it was a while ago. So hopefully it's changed. But also the little when Bruce and Diana accidentally touch hands, dude,
That was
that was
natural.
actually funny, dude. That
That
was
was
like
natural. Yeah, and it was like, oh my
he's
bad.
just
Like
like nope, like yeah, like
just,
like
that was pretty. Yeah, I
it's
thought that was pretty
awkward.
funny.
It's It reminded me of the. Did you ever watch the Justice League or Justice League Unlimited? Reminded me of those like Batman and Wonder Woman moments. The cartoons.
Yeah, those little cheeky.
Hell reminded me of that. Also, like now, like just moving on to Cyborg, man. Like if
oh my god, yeah.
Dog, if Snyder wanted to make a football movie or a sports movie, I mean, the whole sequence, dude, was lit.
Yes, I'm down. I'm listening.
Going forward on third down, like it was so lit, dude.
Snyder directing a football movie.
Oh man,
I'm hella down.
I love it, dude.
I'm hella down. Yeah, that.
And then you have
his whole introduction.
It's like
it just.
I also, Cyborg like off rip was just these entire elements. I don't remember, but don't they kind of allude to like, and not to sound political here, but like just kind of like the like some closeted or like, you know, prejudice that this guy has when talking about her student, or that he's only able to explore academic fields or whatever. But then she's like, no, my son is smart, you know, kind of like puts him in place. Mm-hmm. I kind of was into that, you know, like that was cool, dude. That was
cool. A good establishment. That established his mom, and then just to kill her like right later. Like it's just
and then he's like, we love
how
her.
Could you cut any of that out? How could you cut any of that? Like,
dude, I don't get it. Yeah, and then classic Victor not seeing his dad in the seat. Quality.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's like, damn, my dad's not here. Love to see that.
Such a travesty.
And then just like all of Victor, like going through like basically the matrix of the mind, and like being able to see all these like universal webcams.
That stuff was pretty cool. And the whole thing where he gives that homeless lady, that poor lady like money, that was dope.
Yeah, like $100,000. Yeah. That was dope, man. That was super dope. That was
sick.
And it's just this, like, it really establishes Cyborg, because honestly, bro, I was basing everything I knew about Cyborg in Josstice League off of like Teen Titans and like other comics that I read, and like I'm like, he's kind of the same, right?
I'm not too educated on Cyborg.
I said this in Josstice League. I said this so much. I was like, dude, he's a bitch. Like I kept saying, I was like, he's emo for no reason. Like what the fuck is his deal, you know? And then I'm seeing this and I'm like.
And I'm just like, it all.
My bad, Ray.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, my bad, Ray.
It all makes sense.
Hey, Ray Fisher, my bad, dog. Like,
you see why, like, Ray Fisher is so pissed. Like, you really get why he was so pissed. Like, imagine being an actor, and this is like, isn't this like his first really like made like really big role? Like his first acting role, and this is what happens to you.
Big role, yeah.
And this is what happens to your character. Like, hello, like disrespect. And like I don't want to I don't really want to get into like, I don't want to get political either. And like maybe it was racism, maybe it wasn't, but just the mere fact that
I heard who is it? Was it Geoff Jones? I heard he's a bitch, dude. I heard Geoff Jones and Joss Whedon were like real pricks to Ray.
And like who knows what racism, whatever. But it's just the fact that you completely, and Joss like threatened to sabotage their careers and shit too, like.
Yeah,
bro,
man, like don't
bro. Do that. Like
no. Come on, dog.
Like imagine the cast being like forced to come back to like sabotage their own movie. Like, hey, we need you to come back and do all these reshoots, and like they're just
that's cancer.
Like, like, yo, we just made this bomb ass movie, and like, like Flash is gonna fall on my titties, like what? Huh?
Oh yeah, that's comedic legend, dude.
She didn't even. She didn't even let herself be filmed doing that.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't either. That's so dumb, dude.
Part 3 was
that was horrible. But yeah, the whole sequence with Ray with Cyborg, and just like all of that, the build up, the when Diana goes to meet with Victor, and she's like, the world needs you, and he's like, fuck the world, dude. I love that. I love that, dude. I was like,
oh yeah, that's right. This movie's rated R.
Like, pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it worked.
He's like,
he was like, fuck the world. I was like, oh shit, like, true. Like, okay, yeah, fuck the world.
Yeah, I'm down. I agree with you, Victor. Like, no, I was about it. The the whole sequence, and then you have Bruce meeting Flash, which is dope. And I like
that was sick.
It was subtle. I mean, nothing really changed, but it was subtle. But it was so cool. I forgot. Maybe some of the dialogue's different, or maybe not. But I just
there's
don't
no
remember when
brunch
he's
shit.
he's like, you're sitting in my second favorite chair, and like it's supposed to be in contrast with his first favorite chair is the chair he visits his dad in,
Mm-hmm.
and like I just like that's why that scene is right before he sees Bruce.
Yeah, that's true. That's in both cuts.
Is it?
Second, yeah, he's like Barry Allen. This is Bruce Wayne. He's like you saying that like it's supposed to explain why.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That is in both cuts,
guy.
but it just works. It just works better.
We have and then like right after all that, we have the huge Atlantean fight, which was lit. Like underwater fight was lit.
Yes, the music in that fight was popping off. By the way, like
goated.
Score, it was goated. Yeah,
goated.
Yeah, and that just in Josstice League, he just popped into Atlantis, grabbed the mother box, dipped in like all of 5 minutes. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
what the fuck's going on? He's just like he was. How do I word this? Steppenwolf was like powerful in Josstice League, but for no reason. Like you didn't understand how or why.
Yeah,
there was no believability. He just like Deus Ex Machina the whole thing. Basically. The narrative demanded that he did it, so he did it. Whereas in this, like you see him, you don't see him struggle, but you see him work for getting each mother box. You see him shitting on everyone to do so. Like he's taking it by force, and you're like, dude, this dude again has now fought Aquaman,
and you understand why he's so passionate.
Yeah, he's got reason. He's not gonna die. Yeah, and I really enjoy that, dude. I really enjoyed that.
That all leads into like what, like their first like team up fight in the what is it?
So
water treatment plant or whatever. Isn't part
that's in
3,
part 4.
No, it doesn't part 3 end with okay, maybe you're right, I don't know.
Part 3 ends with Steppenwolf talking to where he's like, get me 50,000 worlds or some shit.
Yeah, that's right. Part 4, Change Machine, it is the fight.
Is the fight. It's also the first time you see him team up. A beautiful shot of Batman. You got Commissioner Gordon, dude, who's quality, way more lines.
Yeah.
It's lit. Love that. You have this whole sequence where Ray saves, or I'm gonna keep calling this guy by the actor name, sorry, but Victor, where Victor or Cyborg sees his dad getting. Was that even in the Joss cut? Where they're using the same little mind thing on the deads?
No, you don't get any flashbacks with Cyborg and Joss.
Yeah,
like you don't. You just don't.
So you have. Yeah, when they're going down in the little water depot or whatever. What is it called? What do you want to call that? What do we call that?
Just the I don't know, the fight, like
the water place.
The water place, because that's how Aquaman comes in. Like it'll
be the sewers, just the sewer place. Yeah,
just call it the sewers. It kind of is. Yeah,
whatever. Dude.
But that fight was like that just felt like a proper first. Like in Josstice League, everything happened so fast. I'm like, oh shit, we're like already here.
Yeah, you don't get a chance. Yeah, exactly.
And there's no breathing room, bro. Like it's just you just gotta take.
Like, oh shit, this just happened, and then we're just going at it. Because I think in Josstice League, he like right after he picks up Barry Allen, they meet with Commissioner Gordon, and then they're going like right down into the sewer, and you're like.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, what
the fuck's going on? What
happened? Yeah,
what the fuck's going on here?
Like, what is going on right now?
In Snyder, you got this nice little pacing where Vic, all of the scientists are taken in that room, and Steppenwolf's like hitting them and being like, "Where's the mother box?" They're like, "I don't know," and he brings out the same little like spider mind reader bullshit, that he puts on Victor's dad. And he's like, and then Victor saves him, and then it's like it's literally go time. Diana gets a chance to like literally shit on Steppenwolf. They throw hands pretty well, and like Joss is such a prick, but like Steppenwolf being like Amazon. Also, we haven't even talked about it. It was kind of just understood, but Steppenwolf's voice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we didn't even mention that. It's just implied.
Yeah, dude. Steppenwolf's voice is
better. Yeah.
So much better, dude. Not
He
this little.
sounded so much better.
And then we'll
Mother,
go.
they
Like,
called
dude,
to me,
what?
mother.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh my god,
Dude, what are you doing, brother? So he's like Amazon or whatever, and then he's like the Amazon's mine, and then Diana says, "I belong to no one" or something.
Mm-hmm.
Joss changed it for whatever reason to
You
the Amazon's
overestimate
mine.
yourself.
Yeah, and it's like, what?
But he did change. He had a kind of cool comeback in Josstice League. But she was like, you overestimate yourself, and he was like, my axe is still slick with the blood of your sisters or something.
Your Amazon
and that
sisters or something?
that wasn't in Snyder Cut. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty.
Oh, really?
That was a smoky comeback. You can't really get up from that one.
That's pretty hot, dude.
What do you say?
That's pretty spicy.
But here's the interesting thing. I'm glad we're finally getting to this fight because
the meat of it, yeah.
It's mostly, I'm not gonna lie, like it's not that different from Josstice League. Not much of that fight is really cut out, except the Flash saving people because we all know he's scared of bugs and tall people. So he doesn't do shit in that fight.
That was goated though.
Yeah. And they're just jokes.
Fight, though. That was lit.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did. It's just like they just add so many, and then Batman is like, "Oh, he is tall in Justice League." I was like, "Dude, that's just it's Clayface. It's not Bruce Wayne. This is Clayface.
This is a lot.
It's like
this is not the homie, dude.
The fight just works so much better, and no Flash tripping and falling on Gal Gadot's body double's chest. You have to be like that. Every time I hear that, it just makes me think like Joss Whedon was so determined to get this shot that he was willing to get a body double just for that shot.
For why, dude? Like, what does it accomplish, dude? Like, literally just to like sit around, like circle jerk with your buddies and be like, "Hey,
look what I did." Like he went to Gal Gadot and was like, "Hey, you want to do this shot?" Yeah. She's like, "No, I don't." He's like, "Oh, fine. Damn, I'll just get a body double." Like, I would just be like, at that point, be like, "Oh, true. We'll just not have
Joss
it." Joss
is probably one of those dudes to like text women and be like, "Hey, like unsolicited pics." That's Joss. 100%. 100%. And then they like say something to him, and he's like, "We're a slut." Anyways, like that's just Joss, like just through and through, man.
That is.
He's like, hey, Gal. He's like, hey, Gal Gadot. You remember the scene where this other actor lands on your tits, and she's like, "No, that sounds horrible." And he's like, "Whatever, dude. You're a bitch. Anyways, I'll ruin your career, bitch. Like, whatever, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's probably exactly what happened, dude. Like,
that would.
That's exactly what happened, dude.
That's probably word for word how that shit went down. Like,
so fucking horrible, man.
It's so terrible.
I love the little flash poke of the sword. Is classic, man. I mean, the whole fight just feels like very like. I mean, they kind of take. They don't even really take an L, do they? It's kind of just like a zero sum game.
It's kind of like it's kind of like tie ball game because Aquaman comes and like rescues them.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
But Steppenwolf is like, "Oh, you guys were just like fucking time wasting anyway. Like I'm dipping." So like they both kind of scrap and then they just dip, kind of type shit. Like they go back to home base.
And
because Steppenwolf goes back and he's like, "Let's find the last mother box."
There's an important moment where Steppenwolf like he teleports somewhere, right? And then he's like, "Oh shit, the anti-life equation is here." He figures it out somehow.
Yeah. Right? I forgot exactly how. Is he just chilling like
I think that's
on home base? Machine. That isn't Change Machine.
No, he teleports somewhere and he's telling them.
Oh no, I remember.
Oh no, okay.
That's how
he
the fight
touches the mother box. He goes back to home base, touches one of the two mother boxes he has, and it like courses through him. You get a sick shot of him like in like this meadow, and then everything starts dying away. He hits it with the sword, and it reveals the Omega symbol of Darkseid, and it's kind of this remnant of that scene from Age of Heroes in the flashback. And I think it's in this moment where he's like, "Oh shit, the anti-life equation's here," and he tells Desaad. And he's like, when you talk to Darkseid.
And that's when you see Darkseid for the first time.
And that's when you see
that
daddy
drippy metallic Darkseid. Oh
that
my.
Daddy.
What a name. What
big
a like.
Darkseid, bro.
What an
Like just
intro! Like, and then
absolute.
Steppenwolf backs down and like gets naked.
Yeah, all the parademons get hella scared, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
they,
gosh.
oh, dude, and then Darkseid just like, oh man, it's beautiful, dude. And then
What
you
an
get
intro.
sad boy puppy face for
Yes.
Steppenwolf.
Puppy face Steppenwolf.
Sad boy
Yeah.
puppy face Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Then you have all the Justice League at quote unquote Justice League
Mm-hmm.
at Bruce's like area. You have a nice little Nazi callback of where the mother box is being moved because Victor's walking you through it because he's seen
Because he's just goaded in Snyder Cut.
because he's just absolutely goaded.
Yeah.
Literally fucking legend.
Yeah.
Just like walking everybody through it, telling them how it works, that he was made from it and all that shit. When you have that discussion, we're all kind of like hashing. This is a brainstorm sequence that actually bleeds into that just like bleeds into the next chapter, obviously, but like or the next part, but like this brainstorm sequence of everybody just being like, yo, it brought back Victor, kind of. He was basically dead. Right? Maybe, and then Victor actually like shines the light of like the Superman
that was
hologram,
so
which
cool.
was lit.
That was so cool.
lit. So lit.
I loved that.
Also have like
wait,
Arthur
so is Superman's resurrection?
Aquaman
No, my bad. Is Superman's resurrection in part 4 or part 5?
No, Superman's resurrection is next part.
Okay, part 5. Okay. So I thought I liked as well. There's like while they're in that brainstorming scene, Arthur kind of like joins the team at the very end of that fight. You know, he's not like part of their initial for like attack. He just kind of joined in at the end, like after what went down in Atlantis. He was like, "Damn, okay, maybe I should go help out." But like, he's just coming in at the end right there, and he's like suspicious of Victor right away. He's like, "Well, you know the classic like, oh well, you know so much about them. How do we know you're not working for them?" That was pretty cool. What did you know? What did you think?
Well, because they're all strangers, kind of. Basically. Bruce, Diana, I mean, they like know of each other.
Bruce and Diana know each other. Kind of.
Bruce and Diana know each other.
Yeah.
Maybe had some dates, maybe not. But whatever. They
touched hands.
Touched hands, basically half base, whatever. But
yeah.
So like, they know of each other. They fought Doomsday together. They know Superman personally, like and then you have Barry, Victor, and Arthur, who like don't know each other from Adam, barely know Batman, barely know Wonder Woman, like barely know it. They know of them, So like Arthur's suspicion of Victor off rip is like I thought was really cool because it's like they're not just like, oh, all the heroes are together and they're all friends, yay, Which is kind of like
sense.
How Josstice League.
Yeah,
it's reasonable.
It makes sense, and it didn't really overstay its welcome. That whole little issue, like it's not like it's not like for the rest of the movie, Arthur was like, "Oh, I still think you're working for them," and then finally at the very end, he's like, "Oh, like that was just short lived." Like it naturally kind of would be. Like it was an impulse saying, like, "Oh, you're working for them."
Yeah, this sequence reminds me of, and I hate to compare to the MCU, kind of, but not really. But like this sequence reminds me of when Phil Coulson died, and they're like, "Oh, it was never gonna work if they didn't have something to avenge,"
Oh yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that because they're all together. They didn't take an L, but they're kind of like in a moment of like, "Yo, like, what are we gonna do?" Like, and they're all brainstorming with each other, like, "Hey, I know we just met, but like, have we considered this? Are you working for them? Can we trust you?" "Yeah, you can trust me." "Okay."
Right? Yeah.
I kind of
That's
believe
a good
that.
point.
What about Superman? Like they're new to each other and they're trying to establish something with each other. And like that was really, it felt natural. It felt very natural, cohesive.
And actually in complete contrast to that conflict that doesn't feel natural in Josstice League, when they make the decision to bring back Superman, Wonder Woman is right off the bat like opposed to it. Like, okay, fine. But she's just like, "Oh, we have to learn when to move on." And then Bruce is like, "Did Steve Trevor tell you that?" I'm like, bro, what? Like, who wrote this? Like, what? Like
This is
what?
this is horrible, dude.
Like, what?
He's just gonna talk shit about her
So it's
ex
just
lover, dude. Like
that conflict just makes no
her dead
sense.
man's. Yeah, it's just like
But
conflict for the sake of conflict.
yeah, then they get into a little like scuffle. Like Wonder Woman like pushes him a little bit, and they're like, "Ooh."
Oh,
It's
it's
just I'm
Reggie.
like,
Oh
bro, like
no! Like,
what? Yeah, like oh, the sexy woman like did something cool. Like, dude, like it's just
then we have the absolutely legendary sequence right after this, which I have no idea was cut, which I absolutely lost my shit in, when Martha's visiting Lois, leaves, and turns into fucking John
oh
John's Martian Manhunter. And I'm like, yo! Like, I literally
yeah,
stood up
yeah.
and was yelling, dude. I was like, what? Like,
I'm not gonna lie. That scene was ruined for me because in the trailer there's like a really brief second of like Martha with red eyes, and I'm like, oh, that's Martian Manhunter. It
oh, is
just
there?
there is. If you go watch the trailer, one of the trailers,
Oh,
there's a
I
tiny
actually
ass like.
I think I only ever saw the Hallelujah trailer.
Well, dude, it's fucking stupid. It's like I don't watch movie trailers anymore because like for that very reason. Because like I honestly at this point I go watch a movie based on like I just feel like, oh, this person is in this movie. Like these people are in the movie. Like this person directed it. Like I don't really bother with trailer unless I know they're going to be vague. But with Snyder Cut,
Sure.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to indulge. Watch a trailer.
You know, fucking
And
I
I
ain't a bitch.
saw,
Yeah.
and then I saw that shot of Martha with red
Yeah,
eyes, and I'm
like,
like, that
damn
is
it.
Martian fucking Manhunter. Like that's where.
Damn it.
But like, it was
That's
still
hella funny.
cool, and I get
It was
people were
still
saying that
sick.
like it was still sick. The reveal with all the fucking cape and cool and
The
this, I was like,
cape and
yo, like,
the axe
okay,
and the like he looked
yeah.
lit, dude. Like
I was
he
like, I
and he's the Air Force guy. How long has he been the Air Force guy? You know,
yeah.
I forget, like in Justice League, like the cartoon and all that, like John Johns did have like he was living among us as a like human for a really long time.
Yeah.
He does join the Justice League because he's like, I'm tired of being silent. Like, I'm tired of like not doing anything to help. And that's like, it's fucking cool, man. Like, it's so cool to see. Like, it's a cameo. It's a nice reference. You're like, oh, dude, this dude's lit. Like, he misses soups too, you know?
That's why, yeah. That's why I wish, like, that's why I hope we can get more of these movies because I'm sure that Snyder was going to, like, flesh out. Excuse me, that Snyder was going to flesh out Martian
You're,
Manhunter a lot more and be like, oh, this is why he didn't reveal himself. Like, this is why. It's just like in
oh,
this movie
yeah,
by
dude.
itself, it's like, yeah, you can. It does. He didn't really need to be in the movie. But I liked it. I liked the fact that he was still in the movie as just a nod to what Snyder had wanted to
It
do.
was subtle. Yeah, it was subtle enough to be like, oh, this is dope.
Like, yeah, like this is sick.
This is dope. And then we get to probably my favorite part of the entire Snyder Cut, part 5.
Oh yeah, all the
Sick
King's
title.
horses.
The setup is there. But yeah, all the King's Horses is my favorite part in the Snyder Cut. The rezzing of soups feels way more natural.
Is that
Like,
where
I
we
mean,
start? Like the break into
no,
Star Labs?
the opening is them breaking into Star Labs. Yes. You got the nice. Oh no, the opening is them digging up soups, which is
Oh yeah,
kind of
that's
hilarious.
right. Yeah,
Because you got some good banter between Barry and Arthur, and they're talking shit. They're like, "Hey, you think Wonder Woman?" Which is natural.
guys, like you think
The
I can pull
bros
Wonder
talking
Woman?
about
Yeah, like
yeah, like the bros talking about
yeah.
if they can pull bitches is
You
way
think she'd
more
go for a
believable than
younger
like, hey,
guy?
you fall on her
Like
tits. Like,
yeah,
yeah, he's like, dude, she's
and
about
Cyborg is like Barry. She's 1,000 years old. Like everyone's old, or every guy is too young, or something. Like
yeah, every guy's younger. Yeah, and it's just Arthur's talking shit. Like they're all just hanging out, being bros, you know. And
I loved it.
it's cohesive. It makes sense. It's clever. It's not like it's not absolutely like misogynistic. And I'm not even saying that to be like hell, like whatever. But like it's not like like Gal Gadot's hot. She's got nice tits. There's also like dumb scenes of like in Joss's cut of like panning upward from Gal Gadot's like ass.
They
or,
did
like,
entire
butt.
reshoots and rebuilt a whole set
And
and
it's
had
like
her put the same clothes on just for a second of like an upwards ass shot. Like, really?
Like, dog,
Was it worth
what's
it?
the
Like,
reason, dude?
do you
Like, my
feel
man's
better?
my man's down
Like,
that bad, bro.
do you
Like,
sleep better at night now? Like,
and that's
I
your
don't
like
get it,
jerk
bro.
off collection of like
Like,
shots that you do, you weird
leave the
ass.
scene
Like,
alone. Like, leave my man scene alone.
bro, like
Gosh.
weirdo. Like, what a weirdo, man.
In Josstice League, Superman's resurrection goes like something like this, like a minute at the graveyard, a minute like there's no break into Star Labs. It just shows them get together outside of Star
Yeah,
Labs,
you're
and
right.
then right at the site of resurrection or whatever. No break in,
Horrible.
no alarm, nothing,
No establishment. Don't know anything that's going on with the
nothing.
characters.
Just like
Rapid
the Snyder
cuts.
Cut, you have that like that moment between Victor and his
You
dad.
have the
Like his dad is
unpacking.
seeing him
Yes,
finally as
yes.
part of a team, and he's like, "That's my boy. Like that's my son." Like,
I got my
God,
son's back, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, dude. And Victor's like, all right, dude, my dad's not a piece of shit. You know, he's coming around, you know?
he's kind of, yeah,
Love
exactly.
that.
There's that mutual like respect, understanding between
Yes.
both of them,
Just they're kind of
and
starting to
then
make up. Love
oh
that.
yeah, and
Then
then
we
the
have,
resurrection itself.
oh man, and
It's
then them casually walking through Superman's ship and seeing like all the
oh yeah,
suits.
oh yeah.
Man. So
One of my absolute like hands down favorite moments from this movie is during the resurrection when Cyborg
okay.
touches the mother box,
Oh, here we go.
and
Yup.
it just
Gets the vision.
you see these vision. My like I was watching. That was probably the biggest smile on my face for the entire movie. Like there was a smile on my face for most of this movie, but
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah. No, I was ear to ear.
ooh,
You know, right before
God, these
that, though, I
visions.
love that. But right before that, you have these few shots all throughout the Snyder Cut of Lois being sad. She always gets these cops coffee. Talking with Martha. Martha mentions to come back to the living. Like, we love soups, but like you got to move on. You know, like she's Lois is sad, man. She's like depressed. She's down bad. It's not good, you know. And then it's this day. You see the pregnancy test. You see like everything in the apartment. You know, you see all that shit. She's like, you know what? Okay. She decides to go get cops the coffee again. She's like, and then she says to the cop, he's like, "Oh, I thought you weren't coming." She says one last time, and she's gonna go get her
That's
life back together, you know. And then it's a contrast between them, like they're they're resin suits, you know. And then that sequence happens, the nightmare sequence, the Victor touching the box and seeing all this weird shit, seeing Darkseid. What does he see? He sees Darkseid.
he
A
sees
nice
Darkseid
little
like
call out.
owning ass, basically.
Yeah, he sees it. He sees him on the nice little throne in Apocalypse. Love the call out to what's the name? Granny something. What's her name?
Granny goodness. Yeah.
Oh God, I hate her. Nice, beautiful cameo though. Love that.
Yeah.
You see more. So Wonder Woman's dead, right? In that sequence.
Wonder Woman's dead. Superman's holding
Darkseid
the
just
corpse of Lois.
shits on Aquaman. Yeah, Superman's
Darkseid puts a hand on his shoulder.
Lois.
That was god damn like that movie. Imagine that movie. Just imagine that movie, and like imagine the moment in that movie.
Imagine evil
Superman,
suits, dude. Imagine evil
Superman,
suits.
like just holding the skeleton of Lois Lane while Darkseid like comforts him. God damn it! Like,
God you see, I love the call out to Kilowog laying down.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that my first time through.
Kilowog or Kilowog?
Kilowog.
Yeah, he's just dead there.
Yeah,
with his Green Lantern ring. You see, you know, Soups is holding Batman's head, dude. It's sad, dude. Like it's and Victor's like, I don't know what's going on, but lulz. This Barry and like I love that sequence. Love that sequence because it's really like, wait, what? Like, you know, like what just happened?
Like what? Yeah.
Does Barry reverse time here?
Yeah, because you see the
you see the box
back
hit the
for
water
like a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's implied that like he's reversing time, but not enough to where it's really like it's just like by a millisecond, pretty much. Like if you in real time, he probably reversed less than a second. Like it doesn't take an entire second. You know what I mean? Like that's how I interpret it. Like it's nowhere near what he does later. So I mean,
I just noticed that. Yeah, exactly. but I just noticed that I forgot that the mother box moved up, and then we have a beautiful sequence of just destruction. All this shit's opening. Lois sees floating guy. I love the shot of the cop pulling out his gun because it's like, bro, what the fuck are you? What the fuck's that gonna do against bulletproof Cal, bro? Like, what's going on through your head here?
I really like what you brought up about Lois like earlier. About how she's shown to be, because I'm not gonna lie, like one of the few things I was kind of like about this movie, I was like, Lois kind of didn't like, yeah, she was sad, but I felt like she didn't do jack shit, and I felt like, oh, like she didn't mean to like, I felt that, but you just saying how it like keeps showing you like hopeless Lois and really sad Lois and depressed Lois, and then the day that she happens to just go out for one last time rezzing Superman. That I've never ever made that connection, and that I really like that because later on in that scene, when she's like when they have the fight with Superman, and when it ends, and Lois is like, "Let's just go, let's just go." My first time watching that, even though I felt the way I felt about Lois, I was like, that feels like tangible when she's like, "Let's just go," because in the back of my mind, I guess I was like, damn, Lois has been depressed this whole time, but it didn't click. Like for some reason, when she's hugging Superman, she's like, let's just go. I was like, that's pretty good. I don't know why, but that's pretty good. And now that you said that, what you said is
connects the dots.
Yeah, I like that.
Connects the dots. You have, love that. You get it, and then Lois actually does have a role in Soup's like returning, because they go to the farm. We're getting ahead of ourselves because this fight is epic.
Yeah,
man.
We can't go.
God damn it, dude! I love they go here. What does it say? If you seek
his monument, look around you. Is it above you or around you? It's around you, I think.
It's around you, yeah.
Yeah. If you seek his this fight is. I mean, I'm glad Josstice League kept at least the Flash Flash part. Yeah,
they kept some of it.
But in Josstice League, the whole thing of the fight was that like Batman the whole time had his backup plan of Lois. He was like, "Oh, if Superman," like it was really weird. Like Superman, Batman.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, and then in Snyder Cut, it happened the way Lois going out like that just made so much more sense.
It made it more cohesive. Yeah, the Soups is confused. I love that he notices Cyborg's acting kind of funny. He starts walking towards him. Cyborg noticing that Kal-El's a threat is in direct contrast with him just having the vision of Soups being evil. Did you ever catch that?
No, that didn't catch. Whoa, yeah.
That's why.
So wait. What are you saying? You think he's
Cyborg's
detecting him as a threat
Superman
because of the vision?
Yes, he's like
because Cyborg's registration only has like what? Yeah. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm down.
So
I didn't think about that.
So that's why he can't get his shit to stop because he's like, yo, this guy is gonna do some crazy shit. Like he's the dude.
I like that. Because that in both cuts, it's like, damn, why did his?
It's kind of out of place.
Like, yeah,
it's kind of out of place, but it also kind of makes sense just because it's like, oh, you can write it off the misplacement as like.
But I'm glad
you'd be like, oh, it's just his. But like that, I was just thinking about that. Like, there's a moment where Cyborg has just seen the vision, and then he's like, his sensories are like, this is the threat that I just saw. We got to do something, and it's like, oh,
we got it. Yeah, that
sense.
Clicks.
Yeah,
there's something else. Yeah. I can't take credit for noticing this, but it's kind of like a detail I read. You know how when the Flash is like when Superman's about to laser vision the Flash kind of like raises his hand, like. And we think he's like trying to stop it or something, but the Flash is like down. He's like raising his hand, kind of.
I don't remember that.
There is a scene like when Superman's like above him, about to light him up, and the Flash kind of like hold out his hand in defense. And then I'm getting ahead, but like we'll go back later. But at the end, when Flash does his whole like reverse time thing, when he's stopping the blast, like he's holding on his hand. And
Oh.
I read that in that moment, like Flash was prepared to like because he's about to die. He's about to get fried.
Oh shit.
So like I read that. Like I didn't notice. I read this and I was like,
No, that's
yo,
good, man. I didn't even think about
that's
that.
good. I didn't think about that because you assume he's holding
He's
on. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna stop this with your hand.
You're not gonna
But
stop laser beams,
he
bro.
was gonna phase through it the same way he phased through the blast to stop it. Like that was I think that's pretty sick. That's
Well,
pretty fucking
that's
sick.
super sick. He starts, yeah, that's actually hella sick, dude. And I don't know, man. There's something different about the fight, dude. Like, I mean,
It's Batman.
Cyborg shoots.
It's the fact that Batman is prepared to like risk the fact that Clark won't kill. Like it's Batman like was made that fight so much better. He's just standing there. He's not running away. He's not attacked. He's just Clark. No, like I trust you that you won't do this. Like we had this under like I think that showed their growth since
I
Batman v
mean,
Superman.
Soup's just shitting on him, dude.
Shit him
Like,
anyway, but like it's just the
just
fact that Batman's
shits on him,
prepared
dude.
to.
I still love when Flash is running so fast and Soups is like is able to see him, dude.
Give him that little
Never gets old, dude.
Never.
Never gets old. Which knowing that's not Joss is like literally so cool. And then like Soups being able to fight him, and Flash is like, wait, what the fuck's going on? Flash is like, what? How?
Yeah,
and then,
exactly.
And then Superman doesn't punch him, but he does snip him a little bit, which I think is a
it still
callback
shows
to
that
the
Flash is like kind of faster.
To the new 52 when he doesn't. Soups and Barry fight in New 52, like the very first Justice League issue that came out when they all get together.
Yeah,
and he barely taps Barry. It's like a callback to that, I think.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a nice little reference.
That fight was all around bad, and it's so much better because there's no like Superman's like, "Do you bleed?" I was like, "Bro, that is."
Oh, dude, it's fucking
bad.
gangster,
And then
dude.
Batman's like, "Something's definitely bleeding." Like, oh, bro, like Clayface.
Yes, so it's gotta be Clayface, man.
It's Clayface. Like, this isn't Batman. This is not Bruce.
Oh, dude, I love when Soups just like tanks this tackle from Cyborg and just chucks him away. Like, get out of here, boy.
Oh yeah,
get out of here, kid.
For real. Do you have the
get
movie
out of here, son?
in front of you?
I do. Yeah. I'm just going through it.
Okay, cool. Okay,
panel by panel.
That's cool.
And then dude, also when Wonder Woman goes to do and he just like cuts her.
Yeah. Yo, he just like
man.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this guy, like, that fight was just so much. That was one of the major like color differences that in the movie that really stuck out to me. Like, that fight, that whole sequence is just colored so much, just better. Like it fits the palette of Snyder's world. In Justice League, like the grass was so green. It was just, I mean, the whole movie is like saturated more in Justice League, but it just stuck out to me the most. Or not the most, but like a lot in that fight.
Yeah, he shits on him. Then he's walking forward too, and I love that he dodges Barry again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like that's so sick.
Like he
dodges Barry out of the way. Yeah, he runs into Aquaman. Like then he starts laser visioning the shit out of Bruce. Lois is like, "Is that really you?" You get that sequence, and then we get some nice, good timing humor of Barry and Aquaman and them being like, "Sorry, I ran into you," or whatever.
Sorry, yeah.
And it's like,
sorry, yeah.
It's like it's your fault or something like that. And then I love this because there's no rest for them. There's rest for Soups, which he needs, but there's no rest for them, which they kind of need. Because Victor's dad is taking the mother box back. He's trying to zap it or do some shit. Steppenwolf slides through because he's like, "Yo, I know where it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Big things are coming." He jumps in. Beautiful moment where Victor tries to save his dad. Can't do it.
That was, oh my God, that was such a good scene.
It's a real tearjerker here. He knows what his dad's doing because he can read probably the mother box and like all the other shit with his body, with his cyborg system. Blows it up, dude. Or doesn't blow it up, but just marks it. I love that I love that you don't know what he's doing. Because like when I was watching, I was like, "What the fuck's going on, man? Like, what is he trying to destroy it and taking an L?" Yeah.
I'm glad that it explained, but it's it's unreal to me that any of that was cut. I mean, in Justice League, do you remember how it goes? Like after the fight with Superman is
Don't.
over. Okay, I'm going to tell you after the fight with
Yeah, tell me.
Superman. God, it's just after they finish the Superman stuff. Wonder
Yeah.
Woman is like, oh, the mother box, and it just like it just pans like cut over to like the mother box in the rubble, and you just see the boom tube and like Steppenwolf leaving with the box. And I was like, that was the second time in the movie that I was
So
that was the second
horrible,
time
dude.
that I was like, there is undoubtedly there is more of this that we're not seeing. I was like, there's a fight scene here, but it had to be cut down. It's unreal.
Steppenwolf's not an idiot either, and I like that. Like he doesn't fight them all at once. He like tries to isolate
He knows when to dip. He knows what he came for. He came for the boxes.
My man's ain't trying to get a Medal of Honor or no shit, dude. He's just
yeah.
He's just
doing this because he wants.
Hey,
to
bro, I don't know, man. I just work here. Like that's literally Steppenwolf.
Pretty much.
Like I don't know, brother. Like I'm clocking out.
He wants that promotion.
Good luck. You know, like yeah, literally.
That's
like he's cool, bro. He's employee of the month type shit, man.
Hey, what's after this?
And this is kind of like the first L they take. We're big sad about it. They're kind of all upset. They kind of yell at each other. Something Darker is part 6. And it starts with Lois and Clark Kal-El getting to the farm. Which,
that's right.
Man, I love this sequence, dude, because does Supes have amnesia, or is he just like not all there?
I never really
remember
understood why. I mean, like he just was like it's
he
never like
resurrected from the dead.
Really fully explained. Like, was he out of it? Like, I just think he was just out of it. You can write it off as like man's just came back from the dead. Like he's just sensory overload.
Very literally, yeah, dude. Yeah, sure.
Like sure. I mean, so I think everything was just coming back to him. By the time he got to the farm, he was like, "Oh yeah, that's that guy. I know everyone." I mean, he knew Lois.
I know some of these words. Yeah, basically.
Because in Josstice League, like in the fight in Snyder Cut, he doesn't talk at all. So you can write it off that he really has amnesia and doesn't know anything. But in Josstice League, he has that like, do you bleed thing of Batman? So I'm like, wait a minute, you don't remember? Like, how do you remember that? What the fuck? Like,
yeah, he does. He's got like this out of it like sense of mind where like he's like, where's my mom? I think he says that, like, where's Martha or whatever. And then like she's like, oh, she lost the farm. Yeah, he remembers little tidbits here and there. And like Lois is kind of there, like reminding him.
Yeah.
Of like, and I don't know if it's necessary, but like he said, oh yeah, he says she loved it here. And then there's like a pause and he's like, so did I. And then there's like a moment where you can like hear the birds and like, so like you said, I like what you said, sensory overload. Maybe he's like, oh yeah, okay, like I'm kind of familiar with this, but not.
It was just coming back to him, yeah.
And then you have right after this, and it's a nice moment because it actually gives Lois like a job. Sorry, that sounds not as sensitive.
A job.
But it gives Lois
a role to play.
Yes, thank you, dude. Yes, thank you. My non-PC comment, but yeah, it does like a role to play in like establishing her man's. Like she's like, yo, like you're good. Like she kind of like holds him down for a little bit.
That's true.
Bruce without his mask on, Ben Affleck without his mask on in the Batsuit is like
sex.
I think about this so much. I think about this every day. I would jerk off to this because it's like it looks so good, dude. He just dons the cape.
The lighting in both these. Hold on, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna pull up a pic because it's just sad. Like, okay, in Josstice League, like most of the lighting on Bruce Wayne is like straight. There's no shadows. It's just his whole face is lit, and it's just weird. His cheeks look weird.
Sure.
He just looks. Something's off. He just does not look like Bruce Wayne. Like, let me see. I'm gonna talk and see if I can find a comparison. Like his face is just weird.
Yeah, dude. Like
it's just weird. And I think this is actually a low-key shot from fucking
I think it's
Snyder Cut, but
I
still.
think it's just oversaturation, dude.
And then like I can't find exact pictures, but you get
He's
the
just
point. Like
oversaturation, dude.
in the Snyder Cut, you get like shadows on his face. It's just I don't know. There's no care. This actually, that's a Photoshop or something, but you get the point.
No, I
It
get what
just
you're saying.
doesn't. It
Yeah, I
just
do.
does not work. It does not make
Yeah.
sense. All right, how do I stop?
But yeah,
sharing?
just right on the scene, they're all going to we're going to Bruce's Batcave, which is lit because you don't really. I think the only time the other time you see this in the movie or see this in general is fucking in BVS, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Everyone has some nice words about where the last mother box is, and this is when you learn what Victor's dad did too, and you're like, oh shit, it's lit. Like
yeah, it's like yo,
like my man,
literally, it's lit. Like it's
my man,
the most lit thing on earth.
Man literally made the dopest play, bro. Like he made an end game play, bro.
Yo, and then we get Black Suit after this.
We get a nice little moment. He has a nice moment with Lois.
After the Lois stuff, isn't it Black Suit?
This sequence of him like no bullshit lip CGI, him just in the field holding the butterfly.
Mm-hmm. Nope,
like,
lip.
He's a butterfly, but happy, yeah. Like with Lois and like oh man, it's just so good. Then Martha comes in and she's like, oh, like what's going on? And she's like, my son, dude, and she runs to him. We love that. He's like my ladies. He's
My
back.
lady, yeah,
yeah, or my women, or
chilling.
whatever he says. There's a lot of buildup in this sequence with Wonder Woman talking to Bruce one on. Oh, and then Bruce fucking talks about how Barry Allen came to him in a dream. Remember?
Yeah. He just drops that bomb.
Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, by the way. Okay.
By the way, like yeah, so and then that's where the something darker title comes in. He's like, I think it's something else. Like I think it's something darker. Like that just you knew that story was going to continue.
Oh, you had to. I love this part because Diana says,
"Hold on, are your headphones like? Did they come unplugged or something? Because you sound a little bit like scratchy. Like, yeah, we're good. We can keep going.
Okay.
What were you saying? Keep going.
Diana talks with Bruce about Lois being the keys. Like he said, Lois was the key, and then Wonder Woman quickly is like, she is. No bullshit.
Yeah, she is. Like that's why
duh, you know.
And it's like nah.
So necessary, you know.
Yeah, and he's like nah. It's something else.
Something darker.
And then we get
and we have this moment with Bruce where he's done this full 180 from BVS to wanting to kill Soups, and I love the little scene where he's like, Master Wayne, how are you, such and such, and he's like, Faith, Alfred. Faith.
I was so like that was one of the most earned moments of the movie for me, where it's just like
it's like
Batman, like Faith. He's like Faith, Alfred, Faith. I'm like, yo, this is character development. Like I just love you go from in the last movie BVS, he's like, how many good men are left and how many stayed that way, like, oh fuck this, fuck whatever, and in Josstice League, not Joss, like in Snyder Cut, he's like, Alfred, for once I'm operating strictly on faith. I'm like, yes, the fuck you are. Let's go. Yo,
let's go, Rose. Yeah. This ain't Clayface. This ain't
Bruce. Yeah, this is Bruce Wayne. This ain't Clayface. So yeah, we get
everybody. The scenes of everybody getting alerted of the mother boxes is lit.
Yes. Yeah.
Steppenwolf puts them all together. Big bad guy won. We're down bad. Kind of sad. And then we get my favorite scene in the whole goddamn movie is Soups walking into his ship, dude. And you're hearing the two speeches from Kevin
God,
Costner,
yes.
and Russell, like Jor-El and Jonathan Kent, and they're just
they're just trading bars, bro.
Dude,
they're just passing the mic. They're like, "You will give the people of Earth an ideal boom," and you pass.
You just gotta decide what kind of man you want to be, Clark. And then he's like, "They will stumble, they will
good
fall."
Or bad, you will change the world. Oh my god!
It's so. Oh my god! The restoration.
And then as that's going on, the camera, like the angle where it's like behind him is the
tracking shot.
Suit. Yeah, behind him is his regular suit. He's looking at something else that is the black suit, but still, it's like he's looking at that, and he's like, we don't need that anymore. That goes
other suits. You got Hans Zimmer, just a remix of The Flight, dude. You got the door opens, dude, and Soup's in the black suit. And then he does the same like fist on the rock thing, and we have obvious like Jesus scene of like the arms outstretched on the cross, and then he's sun dipping, bro. He's breathing in the sun, and it's just
it wouldn't be a Snyder movie without Superman.
I'm not even gonna troll it. Like I'm not even gonna. Yeah, it wouldn't. But like I'm not even gonna troll. I had tears in my eyes, dude. Like I
believe it.
Someone cut onions, dude, because I was just like.
No, that scene was that.
It was.
That scene was like it was absolutely incredible. I mean, remember when like rumors of the Snyder Cut, like when very early, when people weren't even sure if it existed, like one of the first pieces of evidence that we had that hold on, maybe Josstice League was an actually a different movie was when Snyder was like, oh yeah, by the way, like Superman was supposed to have a black suit. And
everyone was like, wait.
Because by that point, we kind of assume, because like BVS, regular versus Ultimate, is like 30 minutes different. So people kind of assume like, maybe Snyder just had like half an hour more. Enough to save the movie. He would be right. Half an hour wouldn't really be. But like one of the first pieces of evidence we got, was like, black suit. And we were like, huh?
He's like, duh. He wanted Soups to have the long hair and the beard too, which what the fuck, WB? Like,
I know, bro. Like, come on.
Oh my god. But yeah, so like that entire moment is just amazing, man.
Beautiful.
You have the moment in the ship, which is compounded by like everybody warming up, getting ready to go on the fight. Batman gives a nice little speech about some bullshit. And they're all stoked.
He's never fought us, not us united.
Exactly. You know, okay, yeah, I'm into that. They got a nice shot out of them all walking out, you know.
Yeah, and then we move into that final fight.
Yeah, they see the dome area. The mother boxes are connected. Yeah, exactly. Come on, dude. Like, we're not doing all that shit. Yeah, and Batman's like suit is super cool, by the way. Like super lit.
I don't know how I feel about that tactical suit. Like
you don't like his goggles, bro?
I much prefer his
I like his OG. I like his OG suit too.
His Frank Miller inspired suit.
Yeah, so do I. Everyone has such cool moments here, though. Like where
everyone has a moment to shine.
They keep the Batmobile bullet like shots. Those are so lit. Slow mo sequences here are all lit. Bruce Snyder's Tokyo Batmobile drift in this shit.
That's Batmobile.
Really? I like it.
I think.
Yeah, it's pretty lit.
Snyder's Batmobile, I think, is the best Batmobile.
Snyder's Batman is the best Batman, though, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
So, I mean, the thing gets all fucked up, and then you know, Aquaman comes, slides through, shits on people. You have the nice little Avengers slow mo shot of all them together.
That was sick. Why did that get cut? Like,
I have no idea.
That could have been like. I feel like Josh would love that. Like, why did that?
Like, he would eat that. He was like, you know what? I didn't think of it. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I saw that shot. I was like, that is a sexy shot.
Dude, it was beautiful.
It was, it was amazing.
It was sick.
It all came together naturally. I was like, oh yeah, these characters are all like really.
Yeah. How do you look? It was Avengers-esque. Like, how do you look at this and they're like,
It reminded me of the group shot in Age of Ultron in the beginning. Like, when they're all coming like that. I was like, Josh,
This is literally
right up your alley.
Hello?
Yeah. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, you fuck.
Fucking
whatever, dude. It didn't show Wonder Woman's tits enough, apparently.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Jesus,
it wasn't like an upskirt shot.
Josh was like, no, nix it. Nope, it's out.
Also, we got to it's too expensive to reshoot with Wonder Woman going up her skirt, so we're just not going to do it. We're just not going to do it at all.
It's gone. No,
Yeah, it's gone.
Can't do it. Gal Gadot said no, I guess, because she hates her career. I'm gonna end it.
She hates her career. Yeah, right.
I'm so glad they kept the Aquaman's my man.
Oh yeah, my man. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
So good. So good.
One
you know what this movie did?
No, something. It's a rare moment where I'm actually gonna like commend the Josstice League, but one moment, like joke in Josstice League that I actually thought was Snyder's, but I guess it was a reshoot. Like when Batman and Commissioner Gordon, or like Commissioner Gordon is like seeing, I don't know, they're just together somehow, and like Aquaman is up with Batman. He's like dressed like a bat, like I dig it, and like Gordon's like, oh, nice to see you finally making friends, and then Aquaman says that, and Batman's like, maybe temporary. Oh, like that's kind of like I'm down. Like that was kind of funny. I just thought that would be Snyder's, but it wasn't. But I don't know.
Kind of a Bruce moment for sure.
Kind of thing might be temporary.
One thing that the Snyder League does, dude, is the Snyder Cut, Snyder League,
Justice Cut.
The Justice Cut is is that they make me want to see every character in another movie.
Oh yeah, like I want a Cyborg.
It's huge. Like, dude, if I had seen this, I probably would have watched Aquaman. I still haven't seen Aquaman, dude.
Wow.
Like at all, like because I just don't really
it's on HBO.
I know I'll have to peek it, but like after watching this, I'm like, all right, dude, I'm gonna watch the Aquaman movie.
Because this movie kind of low key leads into Aquaman. Like Justice League just drops Aquaman. Like Justice League doesn't really do shit to set up Aquaman.
Like this some actually 6 scenes, man. Arthur throwing his trident, dude, was lit.
Yes.
Dude, it's so good. And then Alfred's enjoying a nice little liquor ski, dude. And Soups drops in the black suit, brother.
Oh, he said you'd come. That was in the trailer too.
It was
in the Justice League trailer.
Yeah, what the fuck? And then Bruce has never, or I mean, Alfred's never interacted with Clark, and it was such a nice moment, dude.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
where they're just being homies, dude.
Like he said, "Oh yeah,
mother boxes are all fucked up, dude." Like
now
it's go time.
You're not too late.
Arthur, and looks like Victor go at him right off rip, dude. Steppenwolf's eyes changing color and him just being like absolutely
blue, like to glowing blue.
Yo, okay, y'all want to go? Like Steppenwolf knows he's got to go the hardest he can go.
Yeah, he has to go ham.
And I think he does, dude. Like he
does.
He throws the hands down. Dude. Like he shits on a few of them too. I have no idea why it was necessary to have like Cyborg getting like cut in half or whatever. I thought that was really
that
dumb.
Was
like
I was like, bro, like what the fuck? Like why?
The idea that Cyborg's messing with the mother boxes the entire time makes more sense than whatever the fuck was going on with Joss's bullshit.
And they actually had a plan going into the movie too.
They did.
Not the movie, the final battle. And it was like Flash made a point of that. He's like, oh, finally we have a plan. And I'm like, see, this is development. Like at first they didn't have a plan. Now they have a plan.
This is also just Bruce, dude. Like hello? Batman with prep time.
Hello, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like it's how he should be. And they do. Everyone has jobs. Cyborg's working on the mother box.
Cyborg and Flash are working together.
Steppenwolf. Yeah. Diana and
Cyborg is trying to get into the
Aquaman.
Boxes. Everyone else, my bad. Yeah, you're right. I'm like rehearsing what you're saying. But yeah, everyone has a plan.
No, go ahead.
Like everyone has a role to play, and I like that Flash if Flash was in the arena, we'll just call it the whatever they were fighting, the arena area,
the little dome thing. Yeah,
Steppenwolf couldn't really do much to stop him. Like really, realistically, could not. So they had to naturally find a way for him to be like not present in that fight. And in Justice, and it's here, and obviously we're gonna get to this when like Flash's big moment comes, but having him do that stuff, like it just made more sense than here's just push this truck out of the way like a little bit. Like, just in Justice.
Bro, why would you cuck Barry like that, bro?
Yeah, cuck Barry and Cyborg.
Oh my God, dude.
The two characters we know the least about because they've never had movies.
I know, dude. Like, so dumb, dude. Yeah, like, Steppenwolf shits on Aquaman, and then Diana goes to save Aquaman from all the stuff falling on him, which is dope.
Mm-hmm.
And Barry's really like, yo, like, Victor, can you hurry up, please?
Yeah,
please hurry it up. And like, Victor's ready to full send it here, bro. Like, he's like gonna die. He's gonna die.
This is his purpose. Like,
he's like, and then with the most immaculate timing, Soups just tanks the axe, dude. Just not tanks impressed. The axe.
Absolutely.
Yes, dude, the classic.
And that is so much better than in Josstice League.
I'm a big fan of Justice.
Steppenwolf is like, they're all too weak to see the truth. Yeah, he's like, well, I believe in truth. I'm also a big fan of. I'm like, dude, no.
Like, dude, no. America's Superman, get out of here. Like, you know,
yeah, like this. He's
I
like,
don't give a shit, dude. Like, yeah, dude, like, yeah, just like a quick little like, oh, Soups is back, and Soups just, I mean,
annihilates.
Like,
it's like it's not even funny. Like,
it's funny that because I had the same feelings even in Josstice League when Soup showed up. Like, I was like, that's kind of a stupid line, dude. Like, that's hella weak. Like, hella dumb. But like, I was like, dude, he's gonna shit on him, and he did, and I was like, that's dope. Which is most of Snyder's shit. Like, yeah. Like, here Soups goes and he just like absolutely bodies him. Like, just the vision.
Yeah, it's not a fight anymore.
The power, it's just Soups going ham. And he just like, punching him, like
just toying with him.
And like, yet, dude, go ahead.
Even though it's so one-sided at that point, it's still so tense because they're not finished. Like Barry, Cyborg, they haven't dropped. Exactly. They're not like. So it's like, oh, cool. Like Steppenwolf isn't really a problem anymore. But like, hold up, the mother box hurry up. Pause. Yeah. Like, can they? Like, what's going on there?
Are they fast enough?
Yeah.
And dude, like everyone smiling. Aquaman, Diana, everyone's hyped because they're like, yo, Soups is here, and Soups is just shitting on this guy, dude. Like he. Like the anger on his face, like he's just punching him nonstop.
The punches and the oh boy, yeah.
Just the vision, dude, of him like burning his horn off. Like and honestly, I started to be like, Soups is kind of is Soups good? You know, and I think it's kind of setting up. It's kind of setting up like Superman being a little like flirting with that. He
seemed a little. I'm glad you brought that up because like the first time I watched it, I was like, this is like it's not so much what he's doing, but the look on his face. I was like, do you seem like you're kind of enjoying this? Like you seem really like you're having a good time. Like,
and usually Soups holds back a little bit for everybody, even villains. Like, and this was like, yo, you're not even giving him room to breathe, my guy.
Barry gets hit, pretty much.
Barry gets hit with the thing. Everyone dies basically, right? Like everyone blows up.
Darkseid arrives. The mother boxes.
Darkseid arrives.
The mother boxes fuse, and it blows up. Everyone literally dies, and then Barry puts his arm out.
Barry says, "Not on my fucking watch, brother."
And then easily the best scene of the movie takes place.
Easily. I think this is. I think about
like my favorite scene is the visions with the mother. Like best scene in the movie. Like there's very few like perfect movies. Snyder Cut is not a perfect movie, but there are like perfect
moments,
scenes. And this moment is there's like an effort on Snyder's part in this scene to like really, really, really make you feel this. It's just like the music and like the stakes, really.
The music. I mean, where did the music come from? Because that's gotta be Flash's theme, right? Like that has to be Flash's theme. Like, because every time I hear it, I'm getting chills right now. Like it's like it's just.
And then the more intense it gets, and the more layers are added to the music.
He's running, and the like it's starting to build beneath his feet. Dude.
That's a Flash moment. Like it's
a Flash through and through, man. And I love that Barry's like, you gotta break the sound.
Yeah,
Barry.
he talks himself up. He's like,
rule,
you gotta do where you gotta break the run rule. You gotta break run fucking whatever. He just like, but he hypes himself up for it. He's like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
You gotta break the rule, Barry, and you gotta do it now.
And then when he talks to his dad, and I'm like, yeah, go off.
Oh,
like you
dude.
are the best of the best. Like yep. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people talk shit about the way Flash runs, but I'm kind of into it, man. Like it's over dramatic, but also if you were to pause any scene on the Flash, if you're just to pause the movie on the Flash,
it works.
You're gonna see his arm like this. It's a comic panel.
It works,
through and through. Like it's exactly what they draw in a comic panel. It's just like him.
Honestly, bro,
your kid was one of them, Dad. Oh man, it's just one of the best, man.
Oh
God,
that is literally a perfect scene. Like. I watch that scene like a lot. I watch that scene like
I think about this every day.
A lot.
Like,
it is.
Yeah.
It is an incredible scene. Like when I first, by that point, up until that point in the movie, like I was already floored. And I was already like, yeah, this movie had already won me over, and then some. And then I saw the scene. I'm like, yeah, this is of all the times we brought up so far. Like, oh, how did you cut this out? This is the one I just want to meet Joss Whedon in person and just ask him, bro. Literally, like, no, like, I just want to know. I just want to know why.
I just want to know what's going through your head.
Why? What's going through your head? Cut this out. Just give me an honest answer. What's going through your head, dude? Like, how do you?
What the fuck was going through your head, dude?
Like, make your own future. Make your own past.
That. Like you see everybody come back, dude. Like almost like
the blood and stuff like forming.
I'm just like wondering. Like it reminds me. It's very reminiscent of the Snap, dude. Like everybody.
You know what? Sorry. You
know
what?
Go ahead.
I agree with like it reminds you of the Snap because it's just like a bro moment. Like it's just like
bro.
Like yeah. But it's that whole sequence, the whole reverse time thing reminds me of like a video game cutscene. Like it's just it's like you're playing a game and you're just immersed in this world and you're like doing this final thing before the final. Like it's the climax of the game and it's like
game time.
All these special effects. It's just.
And I love that right after that it goes right back to Cyborg, dude. Because like he's almost the first one that comes back. And it's like, it's up to him. And he can have his whole dream. His mom and dad, dude, he can have everything. And he's like, you know what?
I'm not alone.
Man.
He's a character.
He's such a homie, bro.
He is.
And then Cyborg yelling, Superman, help, like, is so like.
Yeah, Superman, yeah.
And Soup's just like, absolutely, bro. Like, just rolls right up to him, dude. Then they just proceed to kill Steppenwolf, which was like, I think one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a superhero.
I love that. I didn't see his death coming. He was like getting ready to go like and then
and then they just cut off his head, dude.
Yeah.
And Darkseid looks up like,
yo, my god, that stare off that Darkseid has with the League. Like I just feel Darkseid in that. I'm like, dude,
he stared at Soups, bro, and like Soups was like, come get it, bro. Like, come get it,
come on.
Boy.
You saw what I just did.
Come on, big fella.
Come on, big fella. Come on, player.
Come on, big fella.
Yeah.
Like, just straight up, dude. Like, let's go. And then you have Desaad, you have Granny Goodness. Like, oh, dude, Darkseid looks so good in Apocalypse, man. Like, and he's like, and Darkseid's committed now, bro. He's like, okay. Like,
we have to see more. We have to see more of this. Like, I can't, like...
Bats and Soups have a nice little moment together, dude. Like, we got a nice... the epilogue of just part 7. Is that part 7? Is that?
Epilogue, beloved...
A Father Twice Over.
I know. What is it? Oh,
A Father Twice Over with the... Oh, my God, man. With
Cyborg.
Dad's speech, man.
Yeah.
Dad's speech. He's like, now I'm going to talk to you as a father. Man.
And then he listens to the epilogue is just a bunch of like closing. I don't know. The epilogue was a lot of.
What's his name? Ryan Choi? Supposed to be Adam?
Adam, Ryan Choi.
Love that.
Yeah,
dude.
That's sick. I like that.
We get a beautiful moment where Bats is like, "Yo, we're gonna do this cool shit in here, and this is where we're gonna meet."
Oh yeah. We put a table here.
Everyone's got a
room
W.
For more.
Yeah.
He said room for more, bro. I was like, oh, like, I want to see that. Like, I want to see that.
Oh man, yeah, I want to see it, man. And then Clark and Bruce talking, and I bought the bank. That to me is
Oh yeah,
hilarious, dude.
I bought the bank.
I,
Yeah,
like it's so good, man.
I bought the bank.
They just have a good moment together, man. And then Cyborg's like, yeah, my dad is the homie. All the cool shit happens, man. The speech is dope. Flash is running. He's stoked, man. And then you have like Soup's pulling his thing off to go like save the day, and it's the black suit. I love that, man. I'm glad he didn't go back to his
Was
old
it was
suit.
it the black suit?
It was, man.
Looking at it right now, probably.
Let's see.
Damn,
Wait,
I
I
didn't
have.
know. Yeah, wow, that's right. So what was so was he gonna like keep the black suit for the was he in it for the long
Well,
run with the black suit?
I know he kept the black suit for like a minute actually in
Well,
the
no, in the new
comics.
like
Like
was Snyder. Well, yeah, but was Snyder just gonna have him rock the black suit like
I don't know,
because
maybe
because in the
because
nightmare
in the
scene
nightmares, yeah, he
epilogue
goes back to his old one. Yeah,
he's blue and red. Yeah, I don't know,
yeah.
whatever. But that is cool. I didn't notice that. Or I know it. I just forgot. That's cool.
And then the nightmare sequence, dude. Look, you can say a lot. I'm gonna switch gears here. You can say a lot about Jared Leto's Joker, but this speech, man, this Joker speech is one of the best Joker speeches I've ever heard. I'm not even trolling. Like downplaying Batman's role, talking
Okay,
shit to Bruce.
do you consider like is
I don't consider
Joker to
that
you like a Joker movie? The movie Joker is that really like a
not.
Joker movie to you?
It's it's a psychological thriller
Yeah, it's not a
with
joke. So
with Joker in it.
when
Like
you say that Leto Joker scene is the best speech, are you including the Joker movie or no?
probably.
Because I don't think that. I don't think.
Let
I
me
don't.
let me rephrase then. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's a good point. That's a good point. It's
I
the
don't
best interaction
like
speech
comic book
with
Joker.
Batman.
Like, yeah, I think that speech, honestly, is I would watch an entire movie of just like them talking to each other. I
Dude,
seriously would.
they
Like just that tension
was
when like Joe his eyes are just soulless. They're just light. They're gone.
he's
They're
crazy,
gone.
dude.
They're not.
He's gone.
When he's like just ramp up this card when he says a thing about sending a boy wonder to do a man's job and
Oh, dude.
the camera is like out of focus when he's like he sends a boy wonder and then focuses on his face, his dead eyes. He's like to do a man's job. I'm like, dude, this is
Dude,
oh
this guy, man, like,
this
and then,
man.
dude, it's so good. Like, and I it's very like it took me this long to like really realize the angle of Jared Leto's Joker, and it's that he's crazy, bro. Like he's the crazy Joker. He's the like unhinged beyond like no even in the Dark Knight, like Heath Ledger's Joker had a plan, bro. Like he was crazy, but like it was always kind of for a reason, right? Like anarchy was his reason. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
dude. I really felt like this joke. His laugh is meant to like annoy you and like really get under your
Hmm.
skin. It's not meant to sound like crazy, you know. Like, and
Yeah,
I don't know. I really like his laugh's kind of hard to get used to, but like I feel like he's more just like really playing with his enemies, like getting them pissed off, getting them annoyed, getting them like, dude, shut up, like. And
I
it's
mean
like you're on the edge, you know.
we've yet to really see what his Joker is supposed to be, and that's the
It's
sad part.
true.
Like
It's true.
most of what me or you or anyone can say is just what we think his Joker is supposed to be, and it sucks
Yeah.
because I do
No.
feel like there's a good Joker there. I really do, but
Dude, that I
and I
release
don't
the
know if
air
we ever
cut,
will
man.
see it.
Release the air cut.
Yes,
I
release the
need
air cut. Yeah.
let me see his fucking screen time, bro. Like I need to know.
So the main difference between actually I think the only difference besides the color between the Justice's Gray edition and this like regular Snyder cut when Batman like is says a thing about Harley Quinn, he's like, "Oh, I was holding Harley Quinn dying," which by the way, amazing. He's like,
Yeah.
"I'm holding Harley
Dope.
Quinn." And she made me
Dope.
promise that when I kill you, and mark my words, I will fucking kill you. Like that thing when he says that
Okay. Yeah, quality.
in the Snyder Cut, Joker, what does he say? He's like, "Huh, you almost got me there," and he's like starts laughing. He's like, "Ah, you almost got me." And then in the Justice's Gray edition, he says, Bruce is like, I'm gonna honor that promise. And then Joker starts laughing, and he's like, huh, we know. He says that line from the trailer. He's like, we live in a society where honor is a distant memory. And I kind of fuck with that one more because like if he's this Joker to me doesn't give I I don't think Jared Leto's Joker would give a flying fuck if Harley Quinn died. I
I
do
don't
not
either.
think
Yeah.
I do
Yeah, I
not
don't
think
either. He doesn't care. I mean, just based on
but
Birds of
in
Prey
but in
too.
the Snyder cut, yeah, but in the Snyder cut, you haven't like he looks kind of like taken a like for a moment he looks like oh shit he kind of got me and like I do like that but seeing the I don't know I like the honor one the honor
Yeah,
response.
both of them are lit, dude. Like they both work.
I'm just surprised that he went with I think it should have been Swift. I think the honor response should have been like the main one and then you almost got me or whatever could have been like the deleted scene. I don't know, they both work.
Yeah,
And then what do
I
we
think
get
so too.
Martian
Yeah,
Manhunter after
and
this, right?
then oh man, and then also, dude, you get a redeemed Bruce at the very end, like the last scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
last
He
scene
just
is just Bruce, like just vibing,
so
dude.
wholesome, just absolute vibing.
He's thriving. He like, yeah, just like full circle, lives to tell the tale, tells the tale,
Yeah,
whatever, however you say it, you know,
yeah,
and just
yeah.
like, and he's back, bro.
It's
Everyone's
Bruce. He's
back.
back. He's ready for action. Like,
Oh my god,
and then
man!
we were probably going to
It's
see the
so,
solo
it's
Batman movie. Damn.
yeah, dude. Not to mention, and then we had the classic, Deathstroke, all that, which was
Yeah,
lit. Can't
Deathstroke
wait.
Lex Luthor
Like
stuff that we
that
saw.
was
Yeah,
super dope.
which that
Yeah,
I wish we
the
could have. I
usual stuff.
wish the actor for Deathstroke,
So
Joe.
good.
I can't really say his fucking last name, but he like he's
Mag,
kind of
mag,
behind.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy. He's behind the whole like he wants to restore the Snyderverse too. Like he was posting that hashtag the other day.
Dude, I love seeing the people that are about it because you can tell they're passionate about it, dude. And like I'm
Like
into
when
that.
like it was released the Snyder Cut, all the actors were tweeting that.
I know.
That was
I
amazing.
retweeted them.
I retweeted them, yes sir.
And then yeah, dude. So for me, it's like a 9 out of 10, easily.
Yeah, I would
Easily.
agree. I mean,
if I were to give it a 10 out of 10, I'd be biased, dude, 100%. So like,
yeah, I'd be
9
biased.
out of 10 is in good conscience, like just.
I would give it.
And lastly, this movie doesn't feel like 4 hours. I don't care.
No, oh no,
It does not feel. A lot of people say that Snyder has pacing issues, which kind of, but like this movie never once for me felt like, oh man, it's been a while, It never once. I was into every single scene. I was into every single part. Like,
I think it worked for him in this movie because in this movie he has a huge story to tell, so it's fine if he makes it long. You know what I mean? But like.
that's true.
I do agree that he does have like pacing. Like Batman v Superman, I do like.
Batman v
I
Superman
honestly
is
like
a
Batman v
great,
Superman.
has a lot of pacing issues. No, it does. I agree. I 100% agree. It's slow.
Batman v Superman.
It's very slow.
It's very slow. And then the third act is just as soon as the third act starts,
goated.
I turn.
Third act is goated.
I don't think Doomsday should have been in the movie personally, but
yeah, neither do I. But
it happened. Yeah,
whatever.
That's the Snyder Cut, dude.
Yeah, that's the Snyder Cut.
Damn.
Goated.
I mean, what else is there to say besides this needs to go on? Like, I honestly like.
Besides, we need to continue.
He needs to go back to the drawing board and work out the whole Bruce and Lois affair thing. But
yeah, that's it. Cut that shit out.
But like, I am down with everything else. I want to see more Darkseid.
It's gonna be Injustice Superman, and the thing is, if they set up Batman with Deathstroke, that's gonna be lit, dude. If Snyder stops being edgy and like Grayson actually isn't the one that Robin that died, because I think it actually is supposed to allegedly be Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
That's dead. He needs to cut that shit out. Like,
yeah,
Snyder, sorry, love you, buddy, but cut that out. It was Jason Todd, you know that, and he's like, okay, we throw in some Nightwing, we get a Bat family, okay, or at least the mentioning of them. Then they fight Deathstroke. Love that. Maybe, and then what was supposed to be next? Flash or Cyborg?
Flash, I think.
Then we do Flash, and then the Flash is going to be crazy because he's supposed to meet Michael Keaton, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. The Flash movie has been like it's genuinely like hard for me to feel anything for future DC movies because I don't fucking know when I'm going to see. Like
Yeah.
we were supposed to have gotten like I don't know, dude. Anytime we see anything about like an upcoming DC movie, I'm like, oh okay, so this is going to happen at some point. Like I don't know. I saw like something for Black Adam the other day, like, oh, it's officially something, like some progress is made, and I'm like, oh, okay, like,
I heard
cool.
2022 is Black Adam.
Yeah, I don't know. 2019 was supposed to be Flash, or not? Or 2020, I think, was supposed to be Flash. I don't know, like,
Yeah. Flash is now like what, 2022 or 2021?
but dude, I want to see what the Flash is going to do in his solo movie because how is he going to top like
It's got to be
saving
Flashpoint,
the
right?
world?
It's got to be.
It's got to be Flashpoint. Yeah, I think
If
it
it's
has to be.
Flashpoint, oh man.
I just want to
Imagine
see.
imagine opening your first solo movie with Flashpoint, dude. The
Yeah,
balls
the
to do
absolute.
that. Oh my god.
I mean, that's an opportunity for
The
WB to like
cojones.
reboot.
It is.
That's
It
their
really
chance to
is. And
reboot
it's a feasible, yeah.
because they just there's
What
no.
you could almost do is just do like Cyborg, just Batman and Cyborg, and then Justice League 2, and then Supes is evil in Justice League 2. Everyone's down bad, kind of sad. Flashpoint,
Mhm.
and then Justice League 3 would be lit.
That would be lit. Justice League 3 in the wake of Flashpoint. But it's like
Exactly.
I don't know, man. Say like people can have their opinions about Snyder, and you can dislike his storytelling. With like at
Sure.
least the dude was the only one at WB like on in that team who had any
100%.
sort of vision, like any sort of cohesive. Like
Dude, all,
no one
yeah.
knows what they're doing. He was the only
All
one. Like I
W,
don't know, man.
yep.
It's just
Dude, no, all WB wanted was to make as much money as Marvel was doing, dude. That was it.
yeah. They were like just
100%. They're
furiously
like, dude,
copying
Marvel's
Marvel.
making all these movies. Yeah, they're like all these Marvel movies are making bread. Everybody cares about these superheroes. Snyder, you did a Superman movie, right? You want to fucking do all of it?
Yeah. Do you want to do
You
all?
know, like,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, so like he's like, okay, and then like
And then he
then they're
made
like, okay, so you got
BVS,
to
and they're
come
like,
out with another
"Whoa, this
super
is
movie.
dark."
I don't even know if it was that. I think it's just kind of unformed. Also, Snyder also told a 3-part story in 2 movies that wasn't received well, you know?
Yeah,
Because like we
he
were
had
just
like
saying, like BVS is so much better after you rewatch it for Justice League.
after you know, yeah,
Like
after
it's
you know like
yeah,
what it is.
what it's setting up and what it's doing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and again, like the only reason he put all the Justice League stuff, probably the only reason he killed Supes is because he had to do it for Justice League, like his storyboard. You know what I mean? Like
I think
that's really it.
yeah, it would have been perfect if like I don't know, Batman v Superman and Dawn of Justice just should have been two separate movies. Like that's really what it comes like. Batman v Superman,
Interesting.
and then like I think should have
Yeah.
just been Batman v Superman. And it does end with them reconciling and becoming, cool.
Homies,
But
yeah.
but the third act I think should have been their fight. And then Dawn of Justice could have been like a pre-Justice League, like,
Yeah, I feel that.
get Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman together. You end with Doomsday. You make a whole movie out of that conflict, probably. I mean,
Potentially, yeah.
I don't know. Well, now that I
Oh,
think
you
about
could.
it, what is Lex Luthor? I don't know, but you know what I mean. Like the idea
No, well,
behind
if you have time to do that, I think so. But I don't think Snyder had
the
time, dude. They were like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
we want
He
movies
was
every
rushed.
other year. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like they're, dude, arguably, bro, like with the time frame, like, dude, MCU's been built over years and years and years of everybody on board. Disney Plus giving the directors anything they want, any room to work with, any story to work with. They get like throwing Zack in a room and being like, "Hey, do what Marvel did." Uh, I'm gonna say he did
If you give him that much
fucking
time
good.
and like if you were to give him as much
Yeah,
time and planning and solo movies and
probably.
this and that, oh dude,
And
he would have
freedom, like
yeah,
probably.
he would
But
have
like even with the limited time that he had, he made fantastic movies. I think.
I think so. He made a movie
I,
like his version of Justice League, I think if it came out in around that, superhero season type shit, like would have easily went toe to toe with
would have
Infinity
peaked.
War Endgame.
Oh,
It would have.
oh,
People would be talking about
100%.
those movies in the same breath, like for
Yeah,
sure,
they'd be like, "Well, was
for
it better?
sure.
Was it better than
Was it
Snyder?
better? Yeah,
Was it better than
yeah.
Justice League? It wouldn't even be a Justice League. Was it better than Justice League? I don't know. Like
Justice League, yeah.
Justice League
Just
would
yeah.
have some weight to it, dude. Like it would have some
Mhm.
weight to it. Like it's
Like
so sad,
you could make like legit. Yeah. Oh, it is sad.
dude.
What are
I'm
you gonna do?
seeing everything on like TikTok now, dude, about people like flame wars of like you think Darkseid could beat Thanos, which 100%, but like just
Mhm.
like people like talking in the comments and like everything about people making videos about the dynamic, and it's like this energy could have been here one when there's no COVID, and then two, like you know what I mean, like
That it
it's just
just would have
fucking
been so
crazy, man.
cool.
Like
Yeah. I
it's
really I
crazy,
don't. We're never gonna get something like this like ever again. I guess it's insane.
dude. All the
Like
people that talk
we're
shit,
alive.
all
We're
the
alive.
non-believers, bro.
Like just because like a move because like look I'm not a big DC guy honestly like I'm like my
Oh, really?
favorite my
I'm
I
a
mean
DC guy through and through.
it's not that I dislike DC, it's just the fact that like
No, no, I get you. You're just more of a
I'm
Marvel
not
guy. Yeah, I
well
get you.
I'm not well not it's not even that honest, yeah, I mean a little bit, but I'm not that well versed in like DC, so it's not like I'm watching these movies for like I never cared that Superman was like emo or whatever because I don't give a fuck like what he's supposed to be in the comics. Like I just watch these movies
Sure.
as a person who likes movies and a person who likes film and like someone who
Yeah,
just wants to see a good character on screen. And like
yeah,
obviously I have a vague I know who Superman is, so it's just I don't care too much. Like oh Batman wouldn't kill Batman. I'm like dude,
yeah. I didn't.
in this world that this writer director has established, then yes, Batman would kill. This character would kill.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, he would. So I
tough
watching
looks. Like,
Justice
yeah,
was just it wasn't so much for me as like, well, this is my favorite comic character. Like, I'm sure for some people was watching like their comic panels come to life, but for me it was
that's
just like this is a team of characters that just works together.
that's funny you mention that because a lot of my diehard Superman fan friends, they hate Zack's Superman because they're like Superman would never steal, Superman would
Yeah.
never like act like this, blah blah. And I'm like, and you said it at like around when we were starting our the this discussion is that like it's a vulnerable it's a human god,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
like that's something I've never seen explored in the comics. uh I've never seen it really explored with Superman. Superman is just the good guy that you root for, that you like because he's the homie, he's always the best, always knows what's up. Like that's just all his comics are like that. He's the good guy. I love Zach's take on it because it's like, why though? And how did he
Yeah.
get
Why
there?
though?
How
Why
did
though?
he get to that point? Like,
Yes.
and his entire struggle of like from the beginning of like be their savior or be nothing to them.
Or be you don't
You're
owe this world a damn thing. Yeah.
yeah, or
And
Jonathan
in Man of
Kent,
Steel, when Jonathan Kent's tell you figure out what kind of man you're gonna be, and then in like
Clark.
Jor-El on the
It
ship,
just builds up. Yes,
yeah,
you
Jor-El on the
can
ship,
help
he's
them. You
like
can save them,
this
Cal.
symbol,
You
yeah,
can
you can
save
say
them.
this.
Yeah,
This was built on the fundamental belief that every Kryptonian has the power to do good, and I'm like,
yeah.
bars, like okay, like
Spit,
yeah, like
like
yeah, for real.
and so you see like Clark, Kal-El, Superman like grow up like trying to establish who he is,
Hmm.
and then it all comes together and you're like, man,
It works. Yeah,
he's the good guy. This is why I'm rooting for him,
yeah,
and I love that. Some people don't like that, but dude, I hate that
I
shit
love
up
it. I
because
mean,
if it,
I just
I'm a
like.
big yeah, dude. I'm a big I'm a super sucker for that trope in cinema or in just storytelling where the male character has such conflict of interest with himself, like he's his own enemy. I love that trope because it's like it speaks volumes to just like everything. Like that's pride and ego being your main like source of like everything is
The
huge,
struggle
man.
with
And then
yourself is so yeah, because you can't in a movie where you're your own enemy. You can't have the third act be like a fight, a big fist fight against yourself. Like those kinds of
Yeah,
movies find the most interesting ways to tell the story because it's like,
exactly.
how do you tell a story where the protagonist and the antagonist are more or less the same person? Like,
Exactly, dude.
yeah,
Exactly. And I don't know. I think it does a really good job, dude. I don't know.
I think
People
it
talk
does an
shit about the
amazing job.
Martha scene. I love the Martha scene.
I love them. I like the Martha scene. I think it could have been like a little bit better executed,
Oh, it
but
could have been done better. You know what I didn't mention that's just now coming to me is that Lois saves Superman from Batman in BVS. She says that's his mother's name and pulls Batman off. And in
oh,
Snyder's cut,
she
Lois pulls off Superman
saves.
from Batman.
Damn, nice.
Damn!
Dude, see, it's like that. It's just that. I mean, who knows if that was planned, but like, it's
Yeah,
just
who fucking knows? But like
that. Like,
the fact he could like
you can't make
analyze
those
it.
callbacks. Josstice League is entirely separate from BVS, and like,
Oh, dude,
it's not.
it's horrible.
You can't be like, oh, this moment in Josstice League was cool because of this from BVS. Like, you can't do that, and it's kind of sucks.
I agree.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what else. I don't know
Mm.
what else there is to say about this movie.
Goated, top tier.
Goated, yeah. I mean, I'm
What's
like,
our next movie? You want to do Godzilla versus Kong?
I'll have to rewatch that and like take it seriously. 'Cause,
I didn't even
dude,
see it.
God, like
I didn't even see Skull Island though.
Skull. Honestly, too, Skull Island is like not bad.
Really?
It's really not bad. Like
The
as far
first
as
Godzilla's not too
as
bad.
far as monsters, the first Godzilla movie is it's like actually I think really good, and then King of the Monsters just has like a off the chain story, but
Hmm.
Skull Island I think is all right.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
eight and
it's
a half,
goaded.
eight and
Like,
a half, 9 out of 10, like easy for me.
oh, easily,
Yeah, like not yeah
easily
by far.
top
By
tier.
far. I think that Robert Pattinson's Batman being in Earth 2 is like a good move because I think that opens a door or like leaves a door open at least for Ben Affleck's Batman to come
I
back.
agree.
I think that's a good move. When I saw that, I was like, damn, that's actually like one of the smarter moves that WB has made in a while. Like having
Yeah,
this new Batman be
dude. I wonder how much they made on sales for HBO Max, and I wonder how much they made on like just like how much it would have been in the box office.
yeah, that that would be so good to know because
Crazy to think about.
it is playing in some theaters, but not like all. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just select theaters. It would be so cool to
Are
see
you
this movie in
gonna?
a theater though.
Yeah.
So this was fun to go into and dissect too because honestly, I mean, if I were to talk for a quarter of this amount of time in like real life to anyone, they'd tell me to shut the fuck up. So yeah, I'm glad we got to do this because there's just and I still feel like I mean if
Oh, I
I mean
still feel like we
like
just scratched the
you know
surface.
like I feel
Yeah.
like if you and I had a good night's sleep, we could come back tomorrow and do another session this long,
Oh yeah.
all brand new. Is but I mean you gotta know when to when to let go. It's
I
just
feel that.
it's just amazing. I mean, honestly, if anything comes out of this whole discussion, it's that this is more than just a movie. Like
Yeah.
it's really this is a
It's a movement.
success story movement. Roll
Oh,
credits.
nice. Thank you. Thank you. Hey.
Like it just it was perfect. And I mean, we're not going to get anything like this again. This
No.
is something that I'm glad that like I get to live through.
Yeah. Same by me. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for inviting me to brainstorm, discuss with you, Sammy. It was goated. Loved every second of it.
Dude, there's like
Stoked for the viewers. Stoked for
I can
people
count on
listening
one. Oh
in.
yeah. Oh yeah. I hope this has been fun for you guys to listen through. I know we have good ass chemistry. You don't have to be too jealous about it, but it's fine. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Yeah, dude, we'll do this for more movies.
Almost deaf.
Well, go watch Godzilla
100%.
versus Kong. We'll do one for that, and the rest of these they're not going to be this. They're not going to be this long. This is a 4 hour movie. Tons of shit behind this movie. Like we're not we're not gonna talk this much every time. But we appreciate you guys sticking around. We appreciate you guys checking it out. If you made this far, y'all are the real MVPs. But you also made it through a
W's.
4 hour movie, so we knew you could do this.
W's in the comments.
W's. Fat W's
W's.
in the comments. All right, you guys. I appreciate y'all checking it out. Hope y'all had a good time. And until next time, peace out.